Welcome to the channel and welcome to 8th edition Warhammer 40k. This is a narrative game, 3,250 points of Chaos Space Marines versus Adeptus Mechanicus. Right, let's start off with the main rulebook. We're playing this narrative game here, Stronghold Assault, Bunker Assault from the main rulebook with just one or two minor modifications. And the Chaos Space Marines will be deployed on this side of the battle grid. Spearhead deployment, it is the Iron Warriors, Iron Within, Iron Without, led by the Black Legion. The Black Legion are commanding this force, sent by Abaddon himself, telling the Iron Warriors to tear these two fortifications down. That bastion, this fortress must fall, and they will be defended by the Adeptus Mechanicus of the Penitent Forge. Now, as per the rules, I've paid for these two things up here. That's about 585 points, I think it was, for those two fortifications there. So I'm minus almost 600 points down right at the start of the game versus this 3,250 points worth of Chaos Space Marines. It seems significant, doesn't it? But essentially, if I hold on to them, I get bonus lots of points. So the Chaos Space Marines must focus turn after turn after turn, trying to tear these buildings down. And while they're trying to tear them down, trying to stop me getting points, I am then free to rain down death upon their army. If they choose not to focus on tearing the fortresses down, I'll get a plus load of points at the end of the game. If they tear them down, they get a plus load of points at the end of the game. Essentially, if the bastions go down, the Chaos Space Marines should win. If I hold on to one or two of them, I should win. And on top of that, it is a kill point game. You get plus 1 point for every unit you completely destroy. There is no First Blood, there is no Slay the Warlord, there is no Line Breaker. We're going to be trying to tear the snot out of each other. Me defend these, the Iron Warriors are trying to take them down. And what's more than that, the defenders set up first. And you can see my 24-inch deployment there. I will set up first. The attackers set up second and go first. So they'll see where I'm able to put my units down and then attack, put their stuff down, come charging in. These are live bastions and fortifications. I can embark in them. This is a toughness 10, 30 wound, 3 up save monstrosity, and I can put 30 things inside of there. That's a toughness 9, 20 wound, 3 up save monstrosity. You're looking at 50 wounds to get through. There's a lot of wounds to get through in order to win this game, but as I said, I've paid the points for them, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this works. There's a couple of new stratagems which may come into effect. We'll talk about them if we get there. The Iron Warriors have a couple of extra rules when they get there, when they smack them, to be able to do mortal wounds. I won't go through all the rules that exist in the main rulebook. You can take a look at Bunker Assault, Stronghold Assault, to see each and every single one of these rules if you're very interested in what's going on. But we'll talk about them in-game as and when we get there. So I'm very much looking forward to this game. Will the Penitent Forge be able to defend these bastions, or will the Iron Warriors tear them down? And one of the reasons why I'm particularly looking forward to this game, because Paul's back. Say hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul. Paul's back down on the channel. Yay. Last time he was here, he brought his word bearers. They were on this planet, rampaging across it, tearing fortifications down, one after the other. And they were repelled, they were thrown back by the Grey Knights and by the 13th. They were pushed back off this planet. And now the Penitent Forge are here, rearming, reinstalling these things, bunkering these things down. That's a word now. And Abaddon is not pleased that the word bearers are failed. He's not pleased, is he?
Not happy.
He's not happy, so he's told the Black Legion to come back to this place and ruin, level everything. And the Black Legion have brought the best weapon in their arsenal in order to tear these fortifications down, and that best weapon is the Iron Warriors. Okay, it should be a fairly straightforward game, hopefully. We shouldn't screw up too many of the rules. Essentially, it's a kill point game. Iron Warriors smashing this way, want to tear them down, and I want to hold on to them. These units count as transports. I can embark in them, I can disembark from them. When embarked in a transport, you cannot benefit from aura abilities. But we have agreed, we did agree.
We absolutely agreed, yeah.
We absolutely agreed that when a unit with an aura ability is embarked in there, say Belisarius Call is in there along with some infantry, his aura will affect the guys inside the fortification only. And if a Dominus or Call is in that one, it will affect the guys inside that unit only. Essentially, if I want my aura effects to come into effect, I'm out and it's affecting the units around them, but not the guys in the building, or I'm in it and it's affecting the guys in the building, but not the guys outside of the building. I think that makes more narrative sense to me.
Yeah, we had a long conversation about this, and there's precedent in the Orc rules where an Orc mech with a custom force field gets into a vehicle, his aura applies to the vehicle. And personally, I think there's no reason why a commander in a building shouldn't be issuing orders to his men in a building. So yeah, we had a good chat about this, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah. I think it makes narrative sense as well. I think it's an oversight in the rules. I understand why inside transports that trundle along, they can't be shouting out orders and have an eye on the battlefield. But when he's in here using the noosphere to analyze everything that's happening, why he can't tell the guys in here, they're coming over here, focus fire down here, they're coming over there, focus fire, why he can't use that ability or not. It makes narrative sense to us, so we want it to happen because this is a narrative game.
So it's just I completely just had a thought which you may edit out, I don't know. It's like the Two Towers, the Lord of the Rings, when they're guarding Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
And Aragorn yells, "Legolas, kill that one! Bring him down!" It's that.
I'm not editing that. That's beautiful.
Oh dear.
That's a lovely move. That's the Two Towers. It's brilliant. A couple more rules we need to mention. I nominate a building. I'm nominating this one. And they can call in artillery strikes, which can do up to D3 mortal wounds on units in the opposing army, so long as it's still alive. When these buildings are ruined, I don't lose units on a 1-up when they're embarked in these transports. I'll lose them on a 1, 2, 3, unless I spend a stratagem to keep them alive. So a 50-50 chance of guys dying if they're inside there, unless I spend this stratagem, unless I spend command points to try and keep them alive. Okay, I think that covers everything that we've planned for this Stronghold Assault game. Let's go and have a look at these armies. Okay, this is not 3,250 points worth of Adeptus Mechanicus because there's a chunk of it on the table. However, it is a brigade detachment. That gives me 12 command points. Oh, yes. And leading my force is Belisarius Call, aka Designate 17, the 17th Archmagos of the Penitent Forge. And because this is a Penitent Forge narrative list, we're using the Mars Forge World Dogma. That means my Canticles of the Omnissiah, I rolled 2d6 and picked both of them, and he allows you to modify it plus or minus 1. So I should be getting plenty of Canticles. Here's Warlord trait, forget what it is, but it increases, forget what it's called, but it increases his aura to 9 inches. It increases it by plus 3. So all Admech units within 9 inches of him can reroll any shooting dice that they want to, which is very nice. And the second in command is this Tech Priest Dominus. I've given him the Auto Caduceus of Arc and Land, so whenever he heals something, I think it's plus 1 wound. No, I tell a lie, it's a reroll. When he heals stuff, you can reroll it. Tech Priest Engineer, he can also healing. Lots and lots of healing going on here. They can heal themselves, and all 3 of them can heal Admech units as well. We can't heal the building. It's a shame, it would be nice, but we can't heal the building. So those are the 3 HQs, then 3 elites, then 3 fasts, 6 troops, and a minimum of 3 heavies. So I've filled out all the possible slots there. In the troops, no special weapons in here because of points. I wanted to spend the points on the big guns. Vanguard Rangers. One of the guys has got an arc pistol and a taser. Then I've got 2 units of Cataphron Destroyers with plasma, because there's going to be plenty of elites smashing towards me. These guys only hit on 4s, so I need my rerolls. I've got Infiltrators, a potential. You can potentially do mortal wounds if you get 6s to wound. I've got Infiltrators, which can deep strike, can be set up. in ambush reserve, along with the Data Smith. The Data Smith allows me
Which
to...
one's the infiltrators, pal?
They're the infiltrators.
And they'd be rust stalkers, yeah, the ones at the front?
Yes.
Yeah, you said infiltrators.
Did I?
You said it twice.
Thank you. Well done. Good. I'm glad you're here spotting these things because I will, stumble. The Castellan robots with all the guns, that's 18 shots there. And if I change their battle protocol, I can get up to 36 shots. Nasty. Onaga Dune Crawlers, each has got an extra Cognis heavy stubber and 3 Iron Striders. So some Dakar here, some Dakar there, and some bodies in order to repel the forces ranging towards us. It's a kill point game, as I mentioned, need to kill as much as possible. I might struggle, considering the size of the Iron Warrior and Black Legion force against me. Let's go take a look at it. Right, this is 3,250 points worth of Chaos Space Marines. It's a Vanguard detachment, Spearhead detachment, and a patrol, which gives 5 command points. The Vanguard detachment is 3 elites. The Spearhead detachment is 3 heavies, but there's more than 3 heavies. And they're all Iron Warriors, the Vanguard and the Spearhead. And then the patrol is Black Legion, led by the Warlord here. Yeah?
Yeah.
Got that all right. So what's his Warlord trait?
First amongst traitors.
First amongst traitors, which is...
It's the Death to the False Emperor rule which is where when you're in the fight phase, you're rolling to hit a model with an army of the Imperium rule.
Yep.
On a 6+ it generates an extra attack. That's the general rule that everyone gets.
Yep.
First among traitors means that models within 6 inches will trigger that on a 5-up.
Yep. Nice. So it triggers on a 5-up, and the relic you've given this guy the Flesh Metal Skeleton.
Flesh Metal Endoskeleton.
Which is a 2-up save rather than a 3-up.
And he gets a wound back a turn.
And a wound back a turn. Right, so he's leading the force. He's got his Black Legion here with him, which is a unit of 20 Space Marines. And are they in the Black Legion?
Yeah, this is all Black Legion.
Right,
the guy has been told to hand-pick, basically grab a bunch of psychopaths and kill anything that moves.
Okay.
So we have 20 Space Marines with Aspiring Champion with a Power Fist, a couple of Plasma Guns, Icon, mark on that unit.
Yep.
These are Bikers with a Mark of Nurgle, Power Fist, Combi Bolters on the bikes, and the Icon of Despair.
Yep.
10 Raptors.
Yep.
Old style Raptors.
Old school.
Couple of Flamers, no Mark of Chaos, couple of pair of Lightning Claws.
Yep.
And 8 Khorne Berserkers. Some of which have chainswords, some of which have got chain axes, and the champ has a Power Fist.
Yep,
So
and you can do that. Abaddon has told them to paint their armour black, even though they prefer red. And Khorne Berserkers are fruity in this edition. I like it. So that's the Warlord. He's grabbed some psychopaths.
This is basically his entourage. He is commanding the Iron Warrior host under him, which is causing great resentment to them, I am sure. But these are his personal men, and they are going to blood the earth.
Well, if the Iron Warriors didn't have any resentment, then they would be proper Iron Warriors, were they?
Quite.
Because when he was told to grab some people, he said, right, you guys are coming with me. And you've got a captain.
Well, he's a Chaos Lord, but all, from a narrative perspective, all Iron Warrior Lords are Warsmiths.
Warsmiths.
Not to be confused with Warpsmiths, which are Tech Marines.
Yes. So the Warpsmith is that unit there, and the Warsmith has got this unit here. We're going to say this counts as a Power Fist, his claw and his servo arm.
That's correct.
And he's got a combi melter on him as well as his flex. And shall we go through the elite bit first?
Okay, so this is a unit of Chaos Space Marines with 2 weapons, a couple of Flamers, Power Fist. These are basically the brawlers they often get referred to, the dirt fighters who are sent into the breaches.
Nice.
They're not the ones who have the safety of the gun lines well away from harm's way. No. These guys have to go through the breaches and kill.
So they've got a Rhino to help get
there. They're going in that.
Yeah.
The Terminators are similarly minded, but they have the confidence and the arrogance of being in their Terminator armour. They are invulnerable.
Yeah.
In their ride, which should be blowing holes in the fortifications as it trundles up.
Yep.
Then we have a pair of dreadnoughts. Now,
Yep.
I know they're not called dreadnoughts anymore. The book calls them hellbrutes. And for me, some chaos armies that are highly dedicated to chaos, they're mutated.
Yep.
Those are hellbrutes.
Yeah.
My word bearers have hellbrutes.
Yeah.
These are dreadnoughts. These
Yeah.
guys aren't devotees of the chaos gods. It is all about metal and pain and power. So these guys.
So one with
are
a twin heavy
dreadnoughts.
bolter, one with a plasma. So we'll be dipping into the Forge World indexes there for those rules and taking them straight out of that book.
Actually, no, they're not in the Forge World book anymore. So
Aren't
they are in rules wise. These are hellbrutes.
Okay.
They each have a combi bolter, which is on the old model. You see, it's just under here. It's these little bits. Thunderhammer and power, dreadnought power fist,
Right,
hellbrute
okay.
fist, I should say. So yeah, book wise.
Can you give them plasma and bolters then?
Yeah.
The Hellbrutes? You can.
You can.
So we're going to use the Hellbrute rules. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So that's all of those guys. I like it. And then in the heavy detachments, lots and lots of heavies. The Warp Smith we already talked about.
Yeah.
Obliterators are juicy.
Now, Obliterators, they back in the day.
Yeah.
Iron Warriors were all about the vehicles, the tanks, the ordnance. In fact, they could even take Vindicators before any of the Chaos could.
Right.
They could take Basilisks out of the Guard
Yeah.
back in the day. These days, the narrative talks about them being more about the demon engines and things. For me, no, they're tanks. I'm a bit old school from that perspective. And also back in the day, Obliterators were the old tech marines before these guys appeared on the scene.
Yeah.
So even though these are the only demons I have in this army, but that's really because they're just mutated tech marines.
Yeah.
With a trio of Vindicators, a line breaker detachment, even though that's not what it is anymore.
And we've got all Laz on the pred there.
And all as on the bread.
Nice. Right, because these detachments consist solely of Iron Warriors, you get access to the Iron Warrior trait, and that one consists solely of Black Legion, you get access to the Black Legion trait. What's the Iron Warrior trait?
So, Iron Warriors, now remember the traits apply to all infantry, demon princes, bikes, and hellbrutes.
Yes.
And it is that they can re-roll to wound against buildings.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And there's another one that's just escaped my mind.
Shall I just say as well, in Stronghold Assault, wound rolls of 6s against buildings cause mortal wounds. So that re-roll to wound versus buildings is going to come in very nice.
And the other I've just remembered is your opponents don't get the benefit of cover saves.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Not that I think there's much
What
cover
about
on there.
Shroud Sum? I don't think it'll affect Shroud Sum because Shroud Sum says as if they had cover. So I don't know. We'll have to have a look at that.
We'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah. And then Black Legion.
So they have a Crusader type trait. If they've advanced, they can fire assault weapons as if they hadn't advanced.
Yeah.
Or they may fire rapid fire weapons as if they were assault weapons with a -1.
Okay.
So if they advance where's he gone? The melter gun, which is wrong
Plasmas
unit.
and stuff.
It's plasmas. So these will effectively be assault 1, 24-inch range, -1 to hit if they've advanced.
Yeah, you can run forward and shoot your guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a bunch of psychopaths, as you said.
Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. So it's another stunning Chaos Space Marine army here. Very narrative driven. I tried to stick with the narrative here. I could have brought some Imperial Knights as well, but losing 500 points plus points at the start hurt. And I need guns to try and slow these guys down. Anyway, that's what the armies look like. Let's get on to deployment. And we are deployed for this 3,250 point narrative game. And as discussed, the Forces of Chaos deployed second and will be going first. I deployed first. Now, inside the Fortress of Redemption, these guys are scattered on the top here, but they're not really on it. They're in it. That's just to show you what's there. Designate 17 and all the Servitors are inside this, along with a unit of Vanguard and the Tech Marine. Tech Priest. They're all in there. 9 Servitors, Designate 17, 10 Vanguard. Remember, I could get out, disembark 3, and then move. I can stay inside. It's got transport capacity of 30 and 15 models can shoot out of it. So we're bunkered in that one. And there's a unit of Vanguard and a unit of Rangers inside that one, along with the second in command. So all the squishy stuff is bunkered up, clenching themselves, ready for the fusillade that is about to come down on them. And then I've set up the Iron Striders at various positions around the grid to prevent deep striking too close over here, deep striking too close over there, and the other guys are out in the open. Essentially, I thought about hiding everything behind the fortification, but then the only thing that Paul would shoot at is the fortification. And remember, if they fall, the points he gets, he's pretty much guaranteed to win the game if he gets both of them. So I'm inviting him to shoot at some other stuff, which will minimize the amount of firepower coming in on the fortifications. The infiltrators have infiltrated somewhere on the battle grid, and they can pop up at the end of any particular game turn. And here we have the Iron Warriors, commanded by the Black Legion. Remember, only infantry can go through the walls of ruin, so we're saying the Hellbrutes can go around that way.
Dreadnoughts.
Dreadnoughts can go that way. Devastators, the line...
Havocs.
The line breaker siege bombardment. Can I say Vindicators?
You can say Vindicators.
We have the Khorne Berserkers, the Black Legion Berserkers, and the big squad of 20. The bikes are here. They can go through that gap there. Not deep striking the Terminators in. They're in there, right?
Yeah.
And is there anything in the Rhino?
That's got the Brawlers in it.
The Brawlers in, the Iron Warrior Brawlers. What is in reserve? We've got Obliterators.
So, Obliterators are teleporting, and the Raptors and the Black Legion Lord are dropping down from the skies.
Okay, so Raptors and Obliterators are coming in. And here are the avenues that the vehicles can advance through. Belching oil, belching smoke, shooting stuff up into the air as they rumble through this ruin, determined to tear these walls down. So let's go on to Iron Warriors, turn 1. And the Iron Warriors and the Black Legion advance. The Dreadnoughts on this side, Vindicators there, Havoc staying up there. Havoc's got it right. And a tide of black rolling all the way through the ruins in the middle. There is a rule in Linebreaker Assault Siege, the game that we're playing, which means you can move and fire heavy weapons and ignore the -1 to hit when targeting buildings. So typically if Vindicators move, they're hitting on 4s instead of 3s, but if they shoot at the buildings, they'll be hitting on 3s. If they shoot at that, they'll be hitting on 4s, which is why he shoved his Predator forward as well, and the Land Raider, but that can move and fire its heavy guns due to demonic machine spirit. The Rhino trudging up the rear. Let's point out that the Warpsmith is back there. None of the Raptors or Obliterators coming in yet. Why is that?
Reinforcements.
Reinforcements are reinforcements, I guess.
Yeah, I have a number of turns. In fact, this being a narrative game, I can leave as long as I like before bringing them down. I don't have to do that by the end of turn 3.
You can also spend command points to re-roll stuff again and again and again. The match play restrictions are not.
But this is not a particularly well-coordinated army. It's just a bunch of psychopaths who are running forward. Hence, I only have the 5 command points. Yours is a real structured defence force. You could, if you wanted to, burn all 12 of those command points in a oneer if it was something massively important.
Yeah, I could.
So basically, we have the herd of psychopaths.
Herd. That's a good word for them.
The herd of psychopaths in the middle, plunging forward with the expectation that bodies will be spilled out of these buildings that they can then fall upon.
Yeah.
The Vindicators are going for this building because it's closer and they've got shorter range guns.
Yeah.
Directed by the Warsmith, who people may have noticed is tucked right back behind here, being the coward that he is.
Okay.
If you read a lot of the narratives, the Warsmiths are always the last people into the fight.
Are they?
They always walk into the Bastion after it's been broken open, and half their brawlers are dead and so on.
Okay.
They don't put themselves at risk, only ever to look good in front of Perturabo to try and advance themselves.
Yeah. And he's shouting out orders to the Havoc, so they'll get to reroll hit rolls of 1.
That's right.
Yeah.
So over here, the Warpsmith, the Tech Marine, basically, the Warpsmith is supporting the last cannons. They've got longer range, so that's their target.
Yeah.
And effectively, we kind of have a a bitter and spiteful rivalry. This half of the Iron Warriors are going for this fortification, and that one's going for those. And it's the reputation of the characters leading them that is going to be at stake. So we might find that this battle ends up really with sort of 3 small armies fighting it out amongst themselves and achieving relatively little. Or you'll all get murdered. 50-50.
I love it. Let's shoot stuff. Right, starting off with the shooting phase, we're going to do all the Vindicators at the same time, shooting at that. So
just 3d3 shots. 5. Take 5.
There is a line breaker bombardment that can do mortal wounds, but you'd much rather having the volume of fire.
The mortal wounds are nice if you've got lots of units together or even vehicles together, because it can do 3d3 mortal wounds.
It would be good amongst 3 different units doing 3d3.
I mean, dropping that there would be beautiful. It really would.
On a single target.
Single high toughness, high wound target.
Not so much.
Not so much. Yeah. We're just going to throw shells at them.
Yep. So 3s to hit.
3s to hit.
It would be 4s, but 3s because of the game we're playing, and you only hit twice. Strength 10.
Strength 10. We're going 4s.
Yep. Ooh. That's a bad start for the Vindicators. I guess the Warpsmith over here is just laughing as the shells bounce off the walls or go whizzing overhead.
The Warsmith is irate.
And the Warsmith is irate.
He is spitting curses. So let's see how the last cannon fire over here does. Let's go straight into it.
Okay.
4 last cannons from the Predator onto that battalion.
Okay. Bastion.
Bastion.
Yeah.
Battalion?
Battalion.
I know where that came from. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so just for the sake of it, the white ones are the twin last cannon.
Okay.
Doesn't make any difference other than
3s to hit. It would be 4s, but because of the narrative thing. Strength 9, toughness 9.
4s again.
Yep.
2.
And it's -3. This is a 3-up save. I need 6s. No. 2d6.
I'll take that
Wow.
any day of the week.
11 damage. It's only got 9 left. And that's even before the Land Raider gets to go boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the Land Raider will throw its heavy bolter and its combi bolter. I'm just going to watch it in a very squeaky voice. The small arms will go into this chap.
Yep.
And the last cannons at the big green thing that begins with a B.
Yes.
Not a battalion.
3s to hit.
3s to hit. 4s to
4s
wound.
1 6-up save. No. D6. 2, 4.
4 more
So
wounds.
it's down to 5. 5 left. Then the small arms from the Land Raider targeting this. Should have mentioned the bikes advanced and these guys advanced. So with the Black Legion trait, they became assault weaponry. They fired everything at this as well. It also means that the bikes wouldn't be able to charge, and that's why they move so far forward. They fired everything at the Iron Strider, only taking 1 damage, making 1 damage to him. Shroud's Arm kicking in there. And because they're advancing, it was -1 to their hit rolls as well. Now the only thing left to fire is the Havocs up there with the Warsmith, who's very angry because the Vindicators missed. Now what is he ordering his Havocs to shoot at?
The Havocs are sadly going to shoot at the Iron Strider as well. They can't really do much to the building.
No, it would be wounding on 6s. Strength 5. They've all got heavy bolters, strength 5, toughness 10.
But I'm re-rolling wounds though.
You are re-rolling wounds.
Because it's building.
Yeah. And in close combat, that could potentially do mortal wounds, but not through shooting.
No, I think we'll try and knock out the Iron Strider first off.
Okay, 12 shots then. There's 4 heavy bolters here. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because he's shouting at them.
Hooray! Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. And it's strength 5, toughness 6.
And you're not a building, so I need to
Not
re-roll.
a building. So it's only 2 wounds.
That's not great.
-1 because it's a heavy bolter, +1 because of Shroud Sum. I need 4 ups. Actually, I failed them both. I was making so many saves.
You've made a lot so far, so I don't feel too aggrieved.
And he's down to 3 damage, and that's the end of your shooting turn, I think.
Everything is fired, or moved so far it can't fire. No. Oh no, I have not fired the Havoc launcher on the Rhino.
Let's do that. And then the Havoc launcher fired down at this Bastion, and it just pattered off the ceramite plating there, and that's the end of the Chaos Space Marines turn 1. This building already severely crippled, only 5 wounds left to go, but that's it. No first blood in this game, as I mentioned. It's now time for the Penitent Forge to fire back and try and slow down this rampaging horde. At the end of the movement phase, very little move. The infiltrator is staying infiltrated, staying hidden somewhere on the battle grid, and all the servitors and designate 17 staying in there. Essentially, Iron Strider pulling back, second in command jumping out to give them the bubble reroll hit rolls of 1. He's shoved a new data wafer into the heads of these robots, and next time they're going to be shooting twice. The override doesn't happen until the next turn, however.
They've got a little caching symbol appearing on their faces.
Yeah.
Loading.
Yeah, loading. Exactly. And now I just need to shoot lots and lots and lots of stuff downstream and try and stop these Iron Warriors. So, starting off here, because he moved, shooting at them. Instead of 3s to hit, it's 4s to hit because it's a heavy gun, and I'm re-rolling 1s. So 2 hits, and it's strength 7, toughness 5, wounding on 3s. 1 wound, -1 to your save, but it does do 2 damage. They've got 2 wounds each.
Oh, sorry, sir.
That's okay. And I kill 1. Right, in the fortress, I've got 15 fire points I can fire out of. 9 servitors. Obviously, they want to fire, so that leaves 6 Vanguard, and the only thing they can hit is them. These are the wounds. 6s to wound with Vanguard do 2 damage each. So if you could roll them first, sir, because they'll kill a bike if you fail one of the 2s. They wanted the there. That's what I meant to say. What'd you get? Oh, so 1 bike will die. Unless you spend a command point. No. And then you've got your normal 3-up saves. 3 3-up saves. And 1 takes a wound. There's a targeting auger in the fortress calling down barrages. I can place a dice anywhere on the battle grid. So I'm going to put it there at the start of the shooting phase, which you should have done earlier. And now you may move that D6. And everything within 3 inches gets D3 wounds. So you can move it 1. So I think if you shove it that way, it's going to hit just these 2.
Really?
Yeah, measuring it up, if I'd have stuck it right in the middle, it would have missed that one. So D3 mortal wounds on these 2. And I have a command point, and I've got 12 of them.
Is it your roll per model? Is that just on the first Vindicator, or is that 1 result for everyone?
I don't know.
I think it'd be 1 per roll per model, so I imagine that's the first one.
Okay.
Which feel free to command
do it on
point.
that one, and then the other one. Now let's do 1 and 2. Do I command point now? Yeah, why not? Okay, so they take 2 each. 2 mortal wounds each as artillery shells come smashing it in. Yeah, should have chosen to command point that first one, but, you know, before I rolled the second one, but we're okay with that. I hope you are as well, guys. This thing is hits on 5s. It's -1 to hit ground targets, +1 to hit fly. I might as well shoot at that one. I need 6s. I get a 6. Amazing.
Which one's that?
That, shooting at that.
That one?
Yeah. It's a las cannon, which does wound. That's a -3 to your save. Or it does D6 damage. Uh-oh. And that does 2 damage. So 2, 2 and 2 damage on all of them. The last weapon on here is a heavy... It's a missile, and I can choose 2 different modes. I'm going to choose missile mode to try and kill a Vindicator. Heavy D6 shots. 1 shot hits on a 5. That actually hits again. It's strength 8. That wounds. It's -3 AP and D3 damage. And this does D3 damage. So that does 1 damage to this one. The rules for these things are they have to hit the closest enemy unit unless you have units embarked. And I've got lots of units embarked. So that actually worked. There's a las cannon on the other one. I'm going to fire at that. I need a 6 because it's a ground target. And I miss. Right, that's all the emplaced weaponry.
Don't forget heavy bolters, sir.
And the heavy bolters fired down, did nothing. Right, now I need to kill me some Vindicators. So let's start off with the castle over here. This thing firing at the Vindicators. I'm going to do the Cognis Stubbers into the bikes. The big shell at one of the Vindicators, the lead Vindicator. Does D3 shots. That's 2 shots. I'm going to hit on 3s. And spend another command point. 2 hit, strength 10. So I need 3s to wound. That's 2 wounds. It's -4 AP. It's going to burn straight through it. I was shooting at
Which
that
one
one.
was it? This
that
one?
That one, yeah. And this does D6 damage.
You need 8.
And it's always 3. Always a 3. So that's a 3 and that's a 3. That's 6 damage in total. Yeah, always does a minimum of 3 damage. So that thing's on 2 left. Then the Cognistubbers smashed into these bikes did nothing. Now let's rinse and repeat with this one. Cognistubbers, because the dice are in my hand. Re-rolling 1s. And I need 5s to damage the bikes. That's 1 wound, 1 3-up save.
Yep.
He's alive. And then D3 shots with the Neutron Laser. 1 shot. Do it. I'll keep it at 1. I can't keep spending command points. Hits on a 3. That's a hit. Wounds on a 3. Minimum 3 damage is on 2 left. Basically, if I roll a 3, that's a dead Vindicator. And there's a plane going by outside. Command point.
Damn
no.
it!
What? No, it's... Yeah, to wound. Need to wound. Yeah, command point. Command point.
I mean, of course. It's my superior armor, don't you know?
Damn. Okay, so this one cannot see that one. It can see that one. So shooting at that one, Cognistubbers at them. Dice happen to be in my hand. Re-rolling 1s for the Stubbers. 3 hits and wounding on 5s. No wounds. Right, D3 shots with the Neutron Laser. Am I going to just keep burning command points and burning command points? Yes, I am. I'm going to spend another command point. 3 shots with the Neutron Laser. That's what I'm talking about.
Cool. Trip 1s. You know your dice.
3s to hit. They all hit.
Oh dear.
3s to wound for the Omnissiah. 1 hit the table.
I don't think the other side needed
They
that
all
one.
wound. It's -4 to
minus
your
4,
armor
you say,
save.
so minimum of 9 damage.
How many? And he's already dropped 2.
Was it that one you were shooting at?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
And
only
that
on 9.
just did 14 damage
He was only
to
on
him.
9.
He's dead.
It's already dead.
Yay! Does it blow up?
Does it blow up? No.
No, he does not. And no first blood. So all the onagers have fired. But these guys have yet to fire. They stayed still. So they're hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1 because of the second in command. And I'm going to target these guys here. So 4s to hit with the re-roll. 12 hits at strength 6, so winning on 3s. And this is -2 AP and ignores cover. So that's 10 wounds. That would be 10 5-up saves. 10 5-ups.
Oops.
And you made 3? Just 3. And you can draw away models that aren't in line of sight.
7 dead.
7 dead. Drawing them from the back there, making sure they're still very close to the bloodshed. So this little castle's fired apart from the Rangers. We'll get back to them. Now, I'd really like to fire these Iron Striders at that. But particularly this one. But it's strength 7. Toughness 5. I'll be wounding on 5.
Toughness 8.
Toughness 8, sorry. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. What's English? So yeah, I think all the numbers added up to what I wanted to say.
The end result would have been right, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Them, not so much. So I think I'm going to have to fight at the Hellbrutes. Dreadnoughts. 3s to hit because he stays still. Strength 7, toughness 7. 2 wounds, -1 save. And that does 2 damage. The second one can't even see the Dreadnoughts or the Vindicators, but he can see those Khorne Berserkers there. So I'll have a go at them. 1 hit. I need a 3 to wound. 1 wound. And you make it. And so now we're on to the stuff inside these vehicles. We're on to Servitors and Rangers. Let's fire the Rangers at the bikes. Right, the Rangers from there, firing down, managed to do 5 wounds. That was the thing, I knocked it over. That's 4 normal saves of 3 up. And this one is a -1 save.
That's that one.
That's that one.
Yeah.
So 1 damage. I think one of these had already dropped a wound. So I think I killed another bike.
Oh, it was bikes. Sorry.
The bikes.
I thought you were shooting the Berserkers again.
No, the bikes. I don't like the colour of their jib. Okay, so kill the Vindicator, hurt these bikes. This has got 2 wounds left, and I've got 9 Servitors left to fire, I think. I think I fired everything else. Yeah, but they'll be wounding these on 5s instead of 4s. Look, let's overcharge one of them, I think. Let's get it up to strength 8, overcharge one of them. I've got my rerolls to hit with designate 17. What's the worst that can happen? D6 shots each. That's pretty. So that's how many shots. Okay, so I've got to roll these separately because I could overcharge and die. So one of them gets 6 shots, hitting on 4s with a reroll. And call allows you to reroll anything you want to. So I could potentially just reroll the 1 and ignores the 2s.
So if you reroll the 2s, if you
could
get
become
ones,
yeah. His rule allows you to reroll any dice. So I'm going to just reroll that one. Okay, that's 4 hits.
Fortune favours the brave.
And then I've got 3 hits with one of them. So 4s to hit. Do I want to reroll? Yeah, what the hell. I won't roll a 1, will I? No, but he misses anyway. So 2 more hits. And then 6 more shots with the last one. 4s to hit. See, do I roll all 6 dice?
Depends how much you care for the meat life of the servitor.
I care for it.
You shouldn't.
I care for it very much.
Puppet, it's a resource.
Not a meat puppet. It's a holy automaton built by the power of the Omnissiah
willing
himself.
to sacrifice himself
And
for
now
the greater
I'm
good.
shooting at. Stop baiting me. I'm shooting at the Vindicator. This is strength 8. This will be enough. This will be enough. Strength 8, toughness 8, force to damage. There we go. That many damage. Each of them is a -3. You fail 1 6 up. So 2 damage left. It's dead. You need 4 6s to keep it alive.
Did you differentiate the overcharged ones from?
They're all overcharged.
Oh, they're all overcharged.
All overcharged.
Okay,
everything.
so 4 6s.
4 6s, no problem.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I won't, but I
He's
could.
dead. He's dead. Does he blow up?
No.
Close. Right, that works. Let's fire the other 3 meat puppets at this one here. Not overcharging. That is that many shots, so I can roll these all together. 8 shots hitting on 4s with designate 17's reroll.
You reroll them all now.
Coming through the new sphere. Yeah, exactly. Strength 7, toughness 7.
8.
These are toughness 8.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thought it was Vindication. These are 7.
I'm shooting the wounded one. That's only 2 wounds. 2 6-up saves. And now he's down to 4 wounds left. Let's fire the last servitor unit at him. And that's 8 shots. Have I got 8 dice lying around? I do. Hitting on 4s with my reroll. I'm getting good at the hitting, not so good at the wounding. That's 7 hits in the end. I like it. 7 hits. Strength 7, toughness 7. Oh, that worked. 5 wounds, 5 damage, 5 6-up saves, and he's only got 4 left. Can you make more than 1 6? No. Another one's dead.
Yes, he is.
Blows up?
No.
Doesn't blow up. That's pretty good. I've taken out 3 vehicles, a Dreadnought, 2 Vindicators, and I have fired everything I possibly can. That's the end of my turn. We have a morale test to do because you lost 2 guys. No, they'll still hold, won't they? I don't roll the dice anyway. We'll figure it out. They'll be fine.
They're fine. Just,
yeah.
One thing I didn't mention at the start is that part of the Black Legion trait is +1 leadership.
Is it? So they're
indeed
definitely fine. So that was pretty good on my part.
These guys have lost 7.
Oh, they lost 7, yeah.
They're leadership 10, I think, because they got +1 and +1 for Gordon, the icon bearer.
Okay. So roll a 6, please.
3
plus 7 is 10. You're fine. And that's the end of turn 1. A serious dent away from the Warsmith. He is steaming. Not only did they miss, but then they got annihilated or ripped up by some firepower. However, on the other side of the flank, they're untouched. And that's only got 5 damage left, that Bastion. If it takes another hit like that, it will be going down. So let's head on to Forces of Chaos Iron Warriors, Black Legion, turn 2. Here we are after the movement for the Forces of Chaos in turn 2 as they advance down towards the Bastion. I say advance, these 2 heavy hitters did not advance. Terminators staying in there for now. I'm sure they're going to be out in turn 3. The Rhino did advance. And the Black Legion are taking up the centre. We have the Chaos Space Marines. We have the Berserkers. And then the Warlord has chosen to show his face, deep striking in along with the Raptors. I think the Black Legion are going to try and show the Iron Warriors how it's done. There's all of a sudden a very big footprint. Remember, there's 10 more Marines in there and some Terminators in there. There's still a lot of stuff. And talking about materializing, the Obliterators are up here. It'll +1 to their cover, so they already have a 2 up. But if there's any negatives modifiers that drop it down to a 3 up, then they'll get +1 for being in the ruin. So it's a good place putting them there. And they're in a good fire position to take out the Adeptus Mechanicus' forces. Remember, they're Iron Warriors, so they do get to reroll wounds versus buildings and their infantry. So their Legion trait does kick in. And the last Vindicator has reversed a little bit. He's within 6 inches of the Warsmith. The Warsmith's attack has been severely blunted, but at least he gets the reroll. He doesn't want to be too far forward because there can be some troops that could disengage, disembark, move forward and charge him. And if I charge that, it won't shoot.
He wants his guns by him. He doesn't want to be in the least amount of personal danger.
Exactly. And the Hellbrute Dreadnought did not advance because he is in charge range, and the Legion tactic will kick in for the Iron Warriors Hellbrute as well. Dreadnought. So what are we doing at the start? Predator, 4 las cannons, Bastion, all 4 of them.
Yep.
Okay. And 3 of them hit.
Tempting. No. That might be enough force.
Yep. Strength 9, toughness 9, 2 wounds, -3 because they're las cannons. I need 6s. I don't get any, and this does 2d6.
Got 5 wounds left, yeah?
It has, yeah.
Boom.
And it's gone. Okay. There are 20 guys in there. Does it blow up, first of all? It does not blow up. So on a 1, 2, 3, models are removed. However, there's an escape hatch stratagem. Using the escape hatch, burnt the command point. They're piling through the tunnel instead. And on 1s now, they'll be removed. This is the Rangers. And all of the Rangers make it through the escape hatch.
A sturdy tunnel leading to the hatch.
Let's see if the Vanguard can make it out. They are coming second. No, 1, 2, 3 of them go. But if I hadn't spent that command point, look how many more would have been wiped out.
A very prudent redundancy measure in your building, sir.
Yeah, I imagine there's one in this one as well. So the Bastion has been reduced to rubble. The Rangers went through the hatch at the side. The Vanguard went through the hatch at the front. And in this kill point game, that is +3 points for the Forces of Chaos. Okay, 1 down, 1 more to go. What's the Land Raider firing at?
Well, you see, this Warpsmith, I don't think he's that concerned about the Warsmith messing up over there. He's done his job.
Right.
I think he's far more concerned about the robots with the massive guns in front of him. So, screw him. That's on him. Land Raider.
So he was just ordered to take this out, and nah, he's done his orders.
He's done his orders, yeah. Okay. And until it's clear in front of him, he probably won't do too much to do with the other one, I don't think.
Right, okay.
So both twin las cannons at this Dune Crawler,
yes,
and the twin heavy bolter and the combi bolter at the Rangers.
I love it. I can imagine him over there cooling on the Vox.
Oh yeah.
Align your targets to the fortress.
You assured me the fortress would be down. I have every confidence in you, Lord.
Yeah. Las cannons, 3s to hit. Land Raiders can move and fire their guns as though they stood still. And 3s to wound. Strength 9, toughness 7. All of them wound.
-3.
Yeah, but I have a 5-up save, and I just remembered I forgot to do my canticles. So I'm going to do my canticles now. Canticles, a 5 and a 6 and a 1. So no Shroud's Arm this time. Basically, I've got a 5-6 or a 1-2. So I'm going with Incantation of the Iron Soul, reroll failed morale phase, and Benediction of Omniscience, reroll 1s when I shoot, just in case there's anyone out of a bubble of one of the HQs. Okay, 3 5-up saves to make, rerolling invulnerable saves of 1 because I'm within 6 inches of another Doom Crawler. So I get to reroll that one. I've made 1 so far. No, and that does 2d6 damage. And that does 6 damage unless you want to command point that 1. You haven't spent any yet.
How many have you got?
11. If you roll a 6, it's dead. Nah. Now the bolt rounds at the Vanguard, hitting on 3s. And they're strength 5 or strength 4 versus toughness 3. So everyone's going to be wounded on 3s.
But the white ones are at -1.
Yeah.
So one's regular save and 2 at -1.
Regular save. Of 4 up, 2 at -1. So this thing advanced, he can't fire. Now he's looking at the big squad of Black Legion. The plasma's going at that. And the bolt guns at the unit of Vanguard in the background. It's a kill point game. He needs to kill as much as possible. Are you overcharging your plasma guns?
It's only 10,000 years old.
10,000-year-old gun. What's
the coil will hold.
The coil will. What's the worst that can happen? You got your Lord there, re-rolling your hit rolls.
Yeah. The chances of this failing nil, so close to nil as makes no odds.
Yeah. So what's this? Plasma.
Plasma.
See, perfectly fine. And it'll wound on
3s, I believe.
It will wound on 3s. That's only one wound. It's -3. I've got a 6 up and vulnerable save. 3 wounds left. He's going to stay alive unless you command point one of those. 6 up. No, it's on 1 wound left. 12 are in range of the Vanguard, really trying to whittle them down because that incantation, roll away, the incantation of the Iron Soul, they might hang in there in the morale phase. You need to hurt
I have to say, this Dark Crusade rule was really nice. The fact they moved 12 rolling a 6 to advance and they're still shooting their guns.
Yeah, forced to hit though because you advanced.
Yeah, but
these rapid
2 misses.
Well, you re-roll them once because of the Lord.
That's a very good point.
Okay, that didn't help.
It did, that one.
Did you? Okay,
Yeah.
3 hit misses. So that's 6 hits, winning on 3s. And you get 5.
5.
Yeah, and that is
You're behind cover though.
within 1 inch. So this is a 3 up. Oh, sorry, and that's 1 dead and just 1 dies. 2 dies. 2 dies, what am I talking about? And he really wanted to whittle them down, so there was clear line of sight from the bikes firing in, but didn't do any damage to the Vanguard. Okay, moving along the line. The Raptors fired at the building. The only thing in range that they could fire at didn't do anything. These guys advanced, so they're not shooting. We've got Obliterators. What's firing next? Havoc's Vindicator.
Vindicator. Well, I always say...
Vindicator.
I always just think what's only going to fire at 1 target.
Yeah.
I fire that first, then I have more options later on.
Okay.
So how many shots does it have?
3 shots. That's better. 3s to hit. You moved, but because of the...
It's a building.
Because of the building. Well, because of the thing that we're playing, tactical, whatever, stronghold assault.
Yes, but it's shooting at a building that lets you do that.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not an Iron Warrior thing. That's the stronghold assault thing. If you fire at the building.
Yes. 2 hits. Strength 10. Toughness 10.
It's not his night.
Ooh.
He's
livid. He's absolutely livid.
It's not his night.
No, he's obviously bought the wrong kind of shells. They're just bouncing off this thing.
So this Dread is... he's receiving calls on the box to finish off that Iron Strider, but he's ignoring that as well. Target the one in front of you!
Okay.
Or I'll keep you awake for the next 10,000 years.
3s to hit.
Ooh. So this is 2 heavy bolters and a combi bolter.
2 twin bolters, isn't it? Heavy bolters.
Yeah, it's a twin heavy bolter. Yeah. Same thing, different line.
It's all 5s to wound.
It is indeed. Goodness me.
So you get 1 at minus. So I need a 5 up save, and I don't make it. So he takes a wound off of him. Well done, chap. From the Dreadnought to the Obliterators, targeting the fortress. So strength 6 plus D3.
Strength 7.
7.
AP minus 2.
Yep.
Damage 2. Yeah, take that.
Okay. 12 shots, hitting on 3s, and you've spent a command point. Veterans of the Long War. So 3s to hit, because these are assault 4 weaponry. And you re-roll a hit because you're an Iron Warrior targeting a building, right?
No, it's re-roll to wound.
Re-roll to wound
the building, yeah.
Okay, so this would be strength 7, toughness 10, wounding on 5s, but with veterans, you're wounding on 4s.
With a re-roll. Because it's a building.
Nice. With a re-roll. Oh, look at all these 6s.
I know.
That's pretty good. And this is minus 2 AP, right? 2 damage each.
Minus 2 AP, 2 damage.
Can I grab these?
You certainly
so
can.
Basically I need 5s up because it would be a 3 up.
Yeah.
So 5s, and each failure is 2 damage. Only 30 to get through. 1, 2.
Save 2.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 damage stripped off of it.
I'll buy that for $1.
Oh yeah. So that hurt. Only getting one more thingy bobby because of that stratagem, but in the end it all leveled out. Now the Havocs are having a go as well because they're buoyed by the success of the Obliterators. 3s to hit. They're rerolling 1s because of your...
They are indeed. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes indeed.
Is that a full spread?
It is.
But it's strength 5 versus toughness 10. So it's 6s.
But it's a building and I'm Iron Warriors.
Oh yeah.
So I'm rerolling.
Yep. And in the end you get...
Whoa, 5.
5 minus 1.
-1.
So 5... Oh, some drop dice there. Thank you. 5 4-up saves for the Omnissiah. 1 more. End of turn 2 shooting phase for the forces of the 13th Black Crusade. One of the bastions wiped out. This thing is now crumbling. But not much more damage done to the Admech lines yet. Let's move on to the assault phase. Okay, so charges. We'll do the overwatches off camera, so let's do this one to see if you can make it in. And he's definitely in because you were 6 away anyway, so you need to get within 1 inch. Occupants can't overwatch out from transport, even a Bastion, which is just wrong. You should be able to overwatch from buildings, but we're not going to do it. Who are these guys charging at?
They are going to charge the Iron Strider.
Yeah, roll snake eyes for me, please. Okay, so they're in, and these guys are 9 inches. Your Raptors are 9 inches from the building. Are you going to try and charge it?
They are.
Right, 9 with the Raptors then. And they're a 10, and your Warlord is there. He needs a 10, right?
Yep.
And that will be a miss. Right, starting off the fight phase, no casualties taken to Overwatch as they made their way in. This Dreadnought swings its Hellbrute hammer at the fortification. You automatically hit fortifications, so he's automatically hit it 4 times. His Hellbrute hammer, strength 12, so you wound on 3s and re-rolled a wound. And they all wound. Wow. Re-rolled a wound because you're an Iron Warrior.
And it's a building.
Yeah, and it's a building. Now, any 6s to wound cause a mortal wound. That's the thing that we're playing, so that drops my mortal wound dice down.
That's the scenario that causes that.
That's the scenario.
Iron Warrior thing. Yep.
So I have 18 left. Now he's -4 to hit, so no armor whatsoever. Goes straight through, and each of these does D6 damage.
D6
damage. I've got 18. Potentially, he could wreck this in 1 smash.
Well, he could.
That was clenching. That was clenching stuff. You've done 12 damage. 12 damage. I got 1 minute. 1 minute. What you saying?
Well, the Warsmith.
He's done terribly. He's crap.
The Pride of the Iron Legion will be wounded if the Black Legion tear down the fortress.
Yes.
So
you're thinking
I'm thinking about spending 2 command points to re-roll these 2 dice to try and get another 6 wounds.
You can spend a command point and roll 1, and you can spend another command point and roll 1.
You reckon?
Yeah, it's narrative. You can roll that one, then you could re-roll that one.
Command point, re-roll that one.
Okay, 6 to go. That's another 2, 4 left.
So that would have to
be...
You
can't re-roll that one because you can't re-roll a re-roll.
But that would then have to be a 6 to get the other 4 off it.
Yes.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
The general in me isn't going to succumb to the Warsmith.
He was brutal though. That little guy there just ripped chunks out of there.
Well, you'd expect a siege hammer to do that.
Yeah. And now we're on to the Black Legion. Right, all of their weapons versus the fortress are strength 4, so they will be wounding this toughness 10 thing on 6s. However, Paul's spending another command point, leaving him with 2 left to use the Sapper's stratagem. It's +1 to wound, so he's going to be wounding on 5s instead of 6s. And when you attack, he's got demolitions in this scenario as well. On 6s to wound, they cause mortal wounds. With a Sapper stratagem, on 5 6s to wound, he's going to be doing mortal wounds. 4 to get through. Lots of attacks. Okay, so your auto hit, you need 4, 5s and 6s.
5s and 6s. I just went for sappers. I didn't go for veterans as well.
Yeah, veterans would have been a 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
But this is just 5s and 6s. Thanks for being gentle.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6. It's
4.
dead. It's dead. The Black Legion have shown this Warpsmith what to do, and this fortress crumbles. Does it explode? Have you ripped through a gas main? Does the ammo cache go up? No, it does not. So I've got to burn another command point on the escape hatch, so my guys get out and only get injured on a 1 rather than a 1, 2, 3. The guys will disembark, but let's see how many are dead. Rangers, Vanguard, how many make it through the escape hatch? They all do. So the Vanguard make it out.
Hurrah!
Does the Tech Priest make it out? Yes.
Hooray!
Does Designate 17 make it out? Yes, he does.
Could you feel the tension in the air for a moment?
He was fine. He built the escape hatch. He's fine. Though it was tense. Servitor unit number 1. One of them dies. I'm not going to burn any command points on this. Servitor unit number 2. Servitor number 3. Essentially, only one servitor dies. See, Designate 17 knew what he was doing when he was digging tunnels. Now I've got to find a place to put them all. And there's 5 Rust Stalkers in there as well. Completely forgot about them. They were in there to repel borders. And they make it out through the tunnel as well. And this is what it looks like. The building is now rubble and ruin. Some Servitors. Belisarius core, aka Designate 17. The unit of 2 is here because one of them got wiped out. They couldn't trundle through the escape hatch quick enough. Another unit of 3 there. There are my Vanguard. There are my Rust Stalkers. And the Raptors consolidated, piled in, whatever the word is, into them at the end of that assault. We still need to resolve that one. And round here is the Tech Priest that piled out this way. The Bikers, we did it off camera, had 1 wing left. There's a Power Fist. He smashed the Iron Strider and consolidated into that Tech Priest at the end of that combat. It's looking desperate. However, I am striking back now with my Rust Stalkers. So you piled into them because you didn't want them to get shot at, and you said they are...
Bloodthirsty psychos.
Bloodthirsty psychos, so they are now piling in there. The Rust Stalkers have 3 attacks each, 4 on the Princeps. The Cord Claw has 1 attack. And now this is the one that has potentially D3 mortal wounds.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Winters. I don't think they're not long for this world. No. I think that is the least... least deadly. I think
if they were there, then they would have attracted a lot of firepower. So getting them into close combat is probably the best thing for it. So 3s to hit with the Core Claws. And that is 3 hits. And I need 4s to wound, but any 6s do D3 mortal wounds.
D3 mortal wounds?
Yes.
Gosh.
In addition to the other damage. So in the end I did 1 wound. You get a 3-up save.
May I?
Yes, of course.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, I'll be.
Won't do that again.
I kill 1. Touching my cursed dice.
Use your own dice pool.
And then the Transonic Razors strike. 3s to hit again. Now Transonic Razors on 6s, there's 4s to wound. They're strength 4, toughness 4, no AP, 1 damage. But on 6s they do 1 mortal wound.
6s to wound, is that?
4s to wound, 6s do a mortal wound.
On the 6s there's a mortal wound on the wound roll.
Yes.
Okay.
So 2 die there. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to save, because it's in addition, I think.
I'm not touching your cursed dice. Is there a negative to the AP?
No. So 2 more die.
2 more.
Just checking the rules, it's instead of. So we're going to roll the saves again, because we don't know which ones died and which ones didn't. So 3 up. Yeah. So only did 2 more mortal wounds there. Now we're on to the morale phase. They're okay because of the Black Legion thingy bob. Basically leadership 9, they only lost 2. 7 guys died here. So 1 plus 7, that's as good as it can get, is 8. I am leadership 7, so 1 more dies. And that's the end of the morale phase. And what a brutal, brutal turn with the destruction of both of the fortifications. That's the end of turn 2 for the forces of the 13th Black Crusade. That's 3 points according to Stronghold Assault rules, and that's 6 points. That's 9 points. Here we are after the movement phase for the Adeptus Mechanicus, and it's only turn 2, but this is going to be a brutal turn. The Iron Warriors and the Black Legion are going to have to weather an incredible amount of firepower. The Tech Priests fell out of combat with those bikes, so they can get shot at. But I've decided to stay engaged with the Raptors over here. I'm happy to keep them tucked up for 1 or 2 turns, because everything else has pretty much got free reign at this army. He's moved across to heal that. He will heal D3 wounds with his Master of Machines ability, 3. So that's back up to 8 wounds. They're firing twice this turn because the data wafer has been changed. That's 36 shots. And they are in range of Designate 17, along with this unit and that unit, and this unit of destroyers, and that unit of destroyers. There will be a lot of firepower coming back. I expect to delete quite a few units this turn. Starting off the shooting phase, Protector Protocol in effect, doubling the number of shots these Castellan robots have, up to 36 shots. And I'm firing at this unit here, and I'm spending 2 command points for the Wrath of Mars stratagem. 36 shots, and any wound rolls of 6s count as mortal wounds. Yeah, that's mortal wounds in addition to any damage caused.
Well, sucks to be them.
Does. Alright. 36 dice. Yeah, I like rolling this number of dice. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling because of the Belisarius tool, aka Designate 17. That is a generous number of hits. I don't know how many that was, but it's more.
Well, it's many. To give you the orc answer, it's more than lots. It's as far as many.
There's the re-roll. So I missed 4 times out of 38.
Oh no, there's a 2 in there, pal.
Is there? Thanks.
Yep.
5 times out of 38, so that's 33 because I can math. This is stun 6, toughness 4, so wounding on 3s, minus 2 AP.
Minus 2 AP.
Yeah. Any 6s, because I'm dropping dice. Where did the other
I'm on here in the ruin. Yeah.
Okay. So the Omnisar and all that. There's the thing. I'll re-roll that because that was. So there's 1, 2, 3. 3 are dead.
One more.
4 are
Only
dead.
4 6s. Okay.
So 4 die. And then. Those are all 3s, and yeah. And then I'll add them back in because you've got that many 5-up to make. 5-up saves to make.
Yep. 5 ups.
5 ups.
Let the galaxy burn! Or more to the point, please don't die. Yeah.
That was 12, plus the 4 is 16 wounds. There was 13 left. Everybody has been wiped out. What a folly.
That's a 300 point unit.
Is it?
That is some shooting.
That is some shooting. Well done, robots. That was successful. Trying to delete these now. 30 shots came in. I did 4 wounds. 4 3-up saves on the Khorne Berserkers.
Khorne cares not from where the blood flows, only that it flows.
There's no blood flowing there, mate. Those Khorne Berserkers need them dead. Need these big squads dead. So let's fire the plasma calibers at them. That one right on this side can see these edges. Not overcharging. And that's how many shots they get. That's 10 shots. 10 shots hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s because the canticle is in effect. And that was exactly 5 hits. I'll be wounding on 3.
Go to ground.
7 go ground. Minus 3 AP, 1 damage each, 4 wounds on the
I see plasma cauterizes the wound. I can't. I want to pass all these.
There'll be no blood flowing from this either. And only 2 Khorne Berserkers die. That's nice.
Yeah, not bad.
Staying over there, Iron Strider at the Dreadnought. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s, I stayed still. Strength 7, toughness 7. No wounds. Let's do the other one. Over there at the Dreadnought. 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s. Strength 7, toughness 7. 2 wounds, minus 2 AP, 2 damage each on your Dread.
Minus 2. Sorry, sir. Goodness me.
That's 4 damage. Okay, so the Dreadnought's not dead. This unit of 2 are within 6 inches on Belisarius Call, aka D17, so I am overcharging. Need the Dreadnought dead. This is the number of shots they get. One gets 2 shots, hitting on 4s, re-rolling. Don't get a 1. That was cheeky. One gets 5 shots, hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s.
Go on, re-roll the 2 as well.
I'm going to re-roll.
You're going to re-roll the 2? Good man.
There we go. That many hits. This is strength 8, toughness 7, wounds on 3s. You need 6 up saves because it's -3 AP and each does 2 damage.
So I need to roll 2 6s.
2 6s
on
to keep
3 dice.
the Dreadnought alive.
That can be done. Just not by him today.
Does he blow up?
That's quite cocked.
Quite cocked.
Quite
No,
cocked.
the Dreadnought just gets melted to slag. Moving further along the line, this unit of destroyers are going to fire up at these Obliterators because I'm very scared about them. This is the number of shots. Ooh, that's a lot of shots. 16 shots hitting on 4s. No, I'm not overcharging. It was only 7 hits. Here's the re-roll. That's a bit better. 13 hits on the Obliterators. I will wound on 3s. That's a lot of wounds. That's 5, 10, 11 wounds. It's -3. Put your 2 up to a 5 up, but you're in ruins, so you're back down to a 4 up. 11 4 up saves. Ooh, that was good. And you only lose 3 there. Obliterators are 3 wound models. You only lose 1. You're contemplating using Iron Within.
Iron within, iron without.
Which gives you a 6 up, feel no pain. Really? You are spending the command point.
I'm spending the command point.
Okay, just 1 6 will keep an Obliterator alive. I
Yeah.
see what you mean. No, not so much iron flows through their demonic blood. 1 Obliterator does die. And for those that are wondering, you use that stratagem Iron Within, Iron Without once you've suffered a wound. So you can take the rolls first, see how bad it gets, and then whether...
And it will last for the rest of the turn.
Does it? So it would...
Or is it phase? Turn or phase?
So basically, if I shoot any more stuff at them, they've
Phase.
still got a 6 up. D17, firing his solar atomizer. He gets 1 shot, he hits on a 2, and he'll wound on a 2 because it's strength 10. That's a wound. It's minus a lot, and it does D6 damage at this range. One of the bikes gets fragged. He will fire at him as well. Hits, wounds, it is strength 6, and I think you get a 5 up save. No, and that just does 1 damage. No, the Gamma Pistol does 2 damage. The bike is wiped out, which means D17 isn't going to get to charge him. Tragic.
Really tragic.
I've got some Rangers who are coming in and shooting at the Berserkers. They fired across, killed 1. He might as well fire. I'm going to fire at the Predator with his Volkite Blaster. 3's to hit because I moved. It's strength 6. That's a wound. I was looking for 6s because 6s do mortal wounds. It's AP dash, 1 damage. Nope, the Predator's okay. So I've fired everything now apart from the big guns. The robots have fired, they fired, these fired again off camera into the vehicles. It's the only thing they can hit, didn't do anything. We've shot a lot of stuff. Killed 1 unit, killed a Dreadnought. Now these guys, I think I'm going to pick on the Predator one after the other because it's easier to take out and fire the Cognis shots in at those Khorne Berserkers. So we just did the Cognis off camera. Wish I could have done it on camera because whenever you do it off camera something happens, and 3 of them got wiped out. Yeah, you rolled a 1, a 2 and a 1. Now we're going with the Neutron Laser, D3 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 shots hitting on 3s against the Predator, wounding on 3s because it's strength 10. That is a wound. It's -4 AP, goes straight through and does D6 damage, does 4 damage. That guy has fired. Now let's fire the next one at the Khorne Berserkers again. 3's to hit, re-rolling 1s. 4's to wound the Khorne Berserkers. That's 4 wounds on the Khorne Berserkers, mate. Honestly, there's a camera. I'm recording.
There's a camera, yeah.
People and D3 shots at
I was looking up how many wounds the Predator had left.
D3 shots. 3 shots, not bad. 3 shots on the Predator. It's not going to have very many left. So that's to hit. 3's to wound. That's another wound, and D6 wounds. That's 5. Another 5 off of it.
So it took 4 first time round?
Let's say yes.
I think it took 4. Right, okay.
And then another 5.
He's got 2 left.
He's got 2 left.
And what happened to the Berserkers?
4 wounds hit the Berserkers from this guy.
4 wounds, okay.
It's funny what happens behind your back. when
Well,
you're not
quite. Ah!
Oh! Is that the last of them?
Yeah.
That's the last of the Berserkers dead. So now we've got this guy, and I'm wondering if he's the close. Oh no, they are closer.
Close, even though they're in combat.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
So he's going to fire everything at the Predator, if I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. Let's fire at the Predator. Cognus. I'm re-rolling to hit everything because he's right next to Belisarius. Cool. And 5s. 1 wound on the Predator with 2 wounds left. And then the Neutron Laser. I wouldn't even bother, mate. So another massive cock, guys. 1 hit, 1 shot. Hits on A3. Wounds on A3. That's a wound. It does a minimum 3 dead. It's dead. Does it blow up on a 6?
It's a good question. No.
No. 1 Predator bites the dust. Took 3 onagers to do it, though. And that's the end of my shooting phase. That was quite frightening. Predator dead. Berserkers dead. Big squad in the middle are dead. I've killed 8 things, isn't it?
Yeah, 8 things.
So I have 8 kill points. You've got the 9 points for killing these 2 things. And have you killed... Oh, you got 10 because you killed one of the Iron Striders. It's only...
So I did.
It's only 8 points to 10. It's still very close.
And I've got a depleted force.
Over to this assault here. This is the number of... He's got 4 and the other guys have got 3 each. Let's get these cord claws working this time. 3s to hit. I'm going first because I'm the... Oh, look at that. 3 1s. Because I'm the attacker. 4s to wound. 1 wound. 1 3-up save on a Raptor.
Yep.
And you make it. Then I hit you with my transonic razors. 3s to hit. That's a bit better. Only 2 misses there. And I need 6s again because 6s do mortal wounds. And I didn't get any. 2 wounds.
You've not done too well with those this turn.
2 wounds with the interceptors. I have not done too well. They just killed nothing.
But to be fair, everyone else has more than made up for it.
That's true. Now you get to smack me back.
So, guys with the chainsword, extra attack each. They've got 2 each.
Yeah.
Guys with flame was 1 attack each. Guys, the champion with the lightning claws.
3 attacks?
3 attacks.
Okay.
So I have 3 different coloured dice.
Nice.
Yes.
Hitting on 3s.
3s, yeah.
And,
3s. And now 6s do special stuff.
Yes. The death to the really good, true Emperor.
Death to the false emperor.
He's not the false Emperor. He's the only Emperor. How can he be false if he's the only Emperor?
I said it before, I'll say it again. Dead guy in a chair. Extra attacks.
Ooh. Okay.
That's
so
nice.
they all kicked in, yeah. I'm toughness 3.
Oh, right. 3s.
And the black ones are re-rolling, are they?
They are. They are lightning claws.
Okay.
So, no.
So these are 4-ups.
And these are -2, the black ones. You want to do them all at once? No, you don't want to do them all at once.
No, I don't. No. 4-ups. I get confused otherwise. 1 wound. And then these are 6-up bionic saves. 4 wounds in total. They've got 2 wounds each. 2 of them die. My brain can't cope with rolling dice at the same time. It's been so long since 5th edition. Now we're in the morale phase. No morale checks for the Iron Warriors because I killed everything I pointed at. I've got a morale check here. Raptors have
fearsome visage. Scary.
They're scary. So it's -1 to my leadership. Infiltrators are leadership 7. 3 plus the 2 I lost plus 1, 6. They're fine. They hang in there. No busted morale checks. So here we are at the bottom of turn 3, and the Iron Warriors, aided by the Black Legion, have completed their primary mission, which is wreck this fortification. In game turns, they're winning. They have 10 points, and I only have 8. However, there's not a lot left of the 13th Black Crusade. It's Splinter that is here on this planet. They are going to need to kill and keep killing as much as they can to rack up those points and win this game as well as win this narrative. Let's go on to Iron Warriors, turn 3. 10 points to 8. The Iron Warriors need to kill as much as possible and withdraw from this battle grid. These guys got a good move. I rolled a 6 on their assault move, so they're all the way down, and their assault weaponry brings them into a range of a lot of my stuff. The Warlord of the army is up and over, ready to do hero suicidal charges. At least it will prevent these guys from shooting. If he just gets in combat, it will nullify the amount of shots coming back. These guys are a bit stranded after failing to kill the Khorne Berserkers as well. There's a point there. There's a point rather easily over there. The Terminators got out of the Land Raider before it advanced, and they can easily swing into them and with a good charge engage both of the Orcas as well and prevent them from shooting. Shut them down, shut these down. The Iron Warriors in the Rhino are busting through the train too early for them to get out. If they'd have got out, they'd have been here, and they could have potentially been in shooty range of a lot of my stuff. Whatever stuff was could still shoot after the Iron Warriors start engaging them in close combat. So it looks like last-ditch stuff here. They need to do all they can, as much as they can. 2 turns of smashing against the fortifications meant that I had 2 turns of shooting at them. Now their weapons are free. Now they can choose their targets, and they are in a target-rich environment. Starting the shooting phase, we doing, Paul?
I'm going to fire the Raptors first, otherwise I will forget to do them. So it's 5 pistol shots.
Okay, I like it.
Okay. For it.
3 to wound.
Uno.
1 wound, 4 up save, which I save, and I just remember my countercalls. I need to do them at the start of the battle round again. So 2d6. That 3 is going to become Shroud's Arm, and that one will be re-roll hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase. That'll become a 4. And Benediction of Omniscience. Pistols bounced. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Excellent. Right, what next? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Right, well, there's a lovely little cluster here, and the Vindicator gets to fire d6 shots at bigger units.
It does. Vindicator.
So, Vindicator, d6 shots!
Rolling a 1. Rolling a 5.
How convenient.
3s to hit, re-rolling 1s because of the
3s. Ah, yes, thank you, sir. I'd forgotten he was there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not a good day to be there.
Nope.
2s.
Nope. 2s to wound. They do have bionic saves. 4 wounds?
Yep.
So 4, 6 up and buns. No, it's not a good day to be them. 4 of them get wiped out. Right, next up, Havocs. 3s and 1s re-rolling because of the captain, i.e. Warpsmith.
Warsmith.
Warsmith, not Warpsmith.
Nope.
And...
Yeah, okay, so there's strength 4 and 5, so it's all 3s.
Yes.
All 3s.
So those black ones are...
straight saves. And the white ones, -1, sir.
The black ones are 3 up because of Shroud's Arm. They're alive. And how many can I just give me?
Yeah. 7.
These
I can't give up on it. Let's throw over
4 ups. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more die. Basically, the last guy's definitely going to die in the morale phase unless I burn the command point. So the Obliterators, that's strength. No, you can keep that. You rolled it. Can just see through this mess and pick out a few bits on these models. So he's firing at this unit of 2. Strength 9, which is nice. AP -2. Damage 2, because they've got 3 wounds each. Okay, and there's 8 shots there. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s.
Advanced, so I'm hitting on 4s.
Ah, yes. 4s to hit.
Not so much.
Not so much.
That's
no.
pretty poor.
3s to wound. 1 wound. It's -2 +1 because of Shroud's Arm, so that puts me to a 5 up, which I make anyway. Moving along, the Rhino advanced, shooting its flamer at the Rangers in range. Rolled a 6. Ouch. So this is 3s to wound, right?
Yep, standard flamer.
And that's not so good. I have 3 up saves because of Shroud's Arm. 3 die. Still picking on the Rangers. 8 shots. There's some flamers and other things in here, but 8 shots from the combi weapons, combi bolts in range on the Rangers. 3s to hit. 7 hits.
Bit nicer than the others.
Yes, 3s to wound. And with Shroud's Arm, I have 3 up saves. And I make them all. Last thing to fire is the Land Raider. The small arms fire going into the Raiders and 4 las cannons going into the Castellan robots. Bolter weaponry, hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. And these are all -1 because those blacks were the combis, right?
That's right.
So that's -1 +1 for Shroud Sum. So I need to make 4s. And one more dies.
Your saving has been very good this time.
It's been frightening. Las cannons at the robots, 3s to hit. 2 hits. Strength 9, toughness 7. And 3s to wound. Yeah. 1 wound. 5 up and vulnerable save. And on a 6, it bounces back and causes a mortal wound on the Land Raider with its repulsor grid. Nasty.
Nasty.
So in the end, all the Land Raider did was kill 1 Ranger and do 1 damage back to itself. That was it for the shooting phase. Now we're on to the assault phase. These guys declared an assault against the Vanguard, the Dominus, and the 2 Onaga Dune Crawlers, and they didn't cause any wounds on Overwatch. And then the Warlord declared an assault against these 3 Servitors. He's taken a wound. You basically don't want a 2. On a 3, on a 2 it's going to fail. On a 3, you're in. And that's a 9, which is interesting because you can put him where you want to.
I'm going to put him here.
Yeah, I know, because you want to be within 6 inches of them, so they're re-rolling their hit rolls of 1.
And they get...
that's a good call.
His what's it called? Infinite Hatred, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
It means that their Death to the False Emperor will explode on 5s, not 6s.
Yep, I like it. Now over here, that is a 3-inch charge. These are a 9-inch charge. This is critical. You've got 1 command point left. And you rolled a 3. And here we are after the charge phase. I feel for you, Paul. I really do. I really do. And with the Land Raider fluffing it. So let's go on to the fight phase. Charging units go first. Can I just pick them up? Your lightning claws and everything in there.
If you must. All right.
Now, you may pile in. And can you get within an inch of an assaulting model? Because you pile in 3. And that will shut down these.
I can get
from
within... shooting. That's his nearest model, and he's now within an inch of it.
Yeah.
He's also his nearest model, so I must go that way.
Yeah.
This one is his nearest model. That is not within an inch.
Okay.
But it has engaged them with this guy, so they aren't going to be shot at unless he withdraws.
Yeah, so that stops that shooting. I need to fall back, but if I fall back, he's not shooting anyway. So you have succeeded some of your stuff, which is preventing me from shooting. That's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, obviously, I would rather just rend you limb from limb.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'll take it.
Yeah. And then we're on to the next assaulting model, which is your Warlord.
Yeah.
Okay, so hitting on 2s.
Yes,
rerolling
indeed.
1s because he's the boss.
Reroll that one. Yes.
It's nice, and there's a 6, so that gets you that extra. And a 5.
Out of 5, yes.
Yeah, because of his Warlord trait.
We've just been talking about it. I'd have completely missed that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, So that's
so 2 more.
2s. Okay.
Yeah.
So out of 5 attacks, he gets 7 hits with that Warlord trait. That's nice.
When you say it like that, that's really cool.
Yeah. Strength 4, toughness 5.
So 5s, but reroll to wound because of the lightning claws.
Correct. Oh, that's all really
okay.
cool.
You see the dice balance each other out in the end. Okay. Oh, I'll take that.
And it's -3, I believe, lightning claws.
2.
Is it?
-2, yeah. It was AP3.
And how much you get? 4?
Yeah.
6 up bionics, basically. Yeah, 1's dead. They have 3 wounds each, and 1 drops down a wound. Now we're on to the Raptors. 3s to hit.
3s to hit, rerolling 1s because of the Lord.
And there's a couple of 1s. That's helped you out. And then the dice explode on 6s and 5s.
Yeah.
So that's 6 more. Nice.
6 more. It is, oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more. 7 more attacks because of death to the correct.
What's it called, Winters?
Death to the correct emperor.
What's it called, Winters?
Death to he's the correct emperor. He set everything up.
What does it say in the book?
It says lots of things in the book, but then it also says that chaos are the bad guys, and you shouldn't play with bad guys. You should only play the good guys. Because don't mention the Death Guard thing again. extra attacks. There's another 1 which you can reroll because you're close to the Lord, but the 6s and 5s don't generate further attacks.
They do not.
So you got a lot of attacks. Are those black ones your power claw stuff?
They're the lightning claws, yeah.
Okay, so this is all on 3s, and the blacks reroll. This is going to sting, isn't it? Yeah, this is going to sting.
Yeah.
Wow. 4 up saves. One's
That's
dead.
a good roll.
Another one's dead. One's left on 1 wound left. I need 4 6s. Everybody's dead, Dave. Everybody's dead. And piling in 3 inches, or consolidating 3 inches to the closest enemy model. We can move these rubbles around. We just put them there for effect. You've actually engaged that unit. So that unit's not going to shoot. This unit's not going to shoot. The Onager's not going to shoot. The amount of firepower coming back at you is reduced. I can smack you back though. Now all the assaults have been resolved. 2 hits, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound on them.
Yeah.
And I kill a raptor. These guys striking back, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. Nope. This thing, 3 attacks, hitting on 6s.
Does he still have the tiny little snappy claw of doom?
Nothing. No, he doesn't have the snappy claw of doom anymore. He just gets 3 attacks. Was there anyone else you engaged? You didn't engage him, right?
No, it's just him, sadly.
Okay. And I think that's the end of your turn. There's no morale tests, negative ones that you have to take. He has to take a morale test or spend 2 command points. I'm not spending 2 command points. You can pick him up. He's dead. Because he's going to die anyway. If I kept him alive, then more shots go. He's dead. Over here, however, these ranges I lost 4. But I have got invocation of... the one that allows me to reroll morale tests. So I need to reroll that test. 3 plus the 4 is 7. My leadership is 7. The Rangers hold the line.
So mind wiped for the greater good.
So that's the end of turn 3 for the forces of the Black Crusade. They are deep in the Penitent Forges lines, and it's 13 points to 8. We now go into Admech, turn 3. Now here we are after the movement phase. This thing fell back, the Honored Junecrawler fell back because I need to shoot them, and the Data Smith is switching their protocol back to the Aegis protocol. I need them to move and attack, but this turn they will shoot twice again, but next turn they'll be free to move on. And the Tech Priest ran over here and is healing this one, D3 wounds. So that Onager is back up to full health.
He's done well with his healing.
He's all right. Yeah, this unit fell back, that unit fell back, so both of them are not shooting. And Designate 17 pushed through the gap, and he is going to engage the Chaos Warleader in mortal combat. I will strike you down, you traitor. And then it was a case of where do I put the Infiltrators? And putting them right there seems like a really silly option because it's right in front of a Vindicator with a Siege Breaker shield thing. What's this big gun called?
Demolisher Cannon.
Demolisher Cannon. Putting it right there seems like a very stupid idea. But I want them dead. I want the Raptors dead. I don't want them sowing havoc in my lines. I could shoot them with the Plasma Destroyers. But I really want the Plasma Destroyers to pick on the Obliterators or the Vindicator itself. So they are in to try and kill the Raptors. Because there's so few things along here that can actually shoot now. Because the Iron Warriors and the Black Legion engaged my lines. I need to free up the guns where I can. So the Infiltrators are sacrificing themselves. They were hidden beneath that crater. They have dug their way out. And they're going to kill the Raptors. That's the plan anyway. So let's start with the Infiltrators, picking on the Raptors, hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s. Have I got that one in effect? Thank you. I have got that one in effect. Here's the hits. That was 19 hits, but I'm wounding on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wounds. 6 wounds? I'm sorry.
5, man.
5
wounds.
No,
sorry, there's a 6. It was the SN logo.
SN Battle Reports.
Yes.
6 3-up saves, sir.
The flag
1.
dramatic 1.
Just one. So they dropped in there, and yeah, That isn't very good. So I'm going to fire the
Well,
phosphor.
they have only been given office staplers to fight with.
That's true. I'm going to give the phosphor blasters from them into the Raptors, and the plasma culverins are going to come up this way. You're in rapid fire range of the phosphor blasters. 3s to hit, 4s to hit, re-rolling 1s. Nothing. No hits. Okay. 3d6 shots at them with the plasma. That's better. 4s to hit. Oh. That's okay.
Well, let's be honest. If you were going to fluff either the plasma or the phosphor ones,
I prefer...
you'd want it that way around, wouldn't you?
Yes. Or I prefer to get some wounds in rather than fail to wound five times. So that's only 4 wounds. 4 wounds at -3 AP. Do they still have an invulnerable save?
They do indeed. They're technically demons.
Okay, so you're...
5 up.
Yep. And...
You didn't overcharge, did you?
No, I didn't overcharge at all.
Okay, so one of them's got 1 wound left. They have 3 wounds apiece these days.
I don't like them. Let's fire an Iron Strider at you as
Ooh!
well. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s. 3s to wound. That many wounds, and it's -1, 2 damage each.
3s! Oh!
So that will kill that last one. Let's fire the second Iron Strider at you. Everything hits. 3 more wounds, 3 more 3-up saves on this last Obliterator.
How many, sorry?
3, please.
3. Iron within. Oh dear.
No, definitely Iron without. He gets popped.
Definitely without iron. Never mind iron without.
I particularly like the way you were winding up for that one. Iron within, roll the dice. Iron
Splat.
No.
Oh.
Rangers into them. Rapid fire range. This bunch of hits. I don't think I'm in range of any re-rolls.
You got the wands anyway for you.
Oh yeah, I've got a 1 for the
thingy,
so that's in. Yeah, the protocol.
Canticles.
Lots of hits, 4s to wound. Rangers on 6s count as AP -1 against the Raptors.
Do they really?
They do, yeah. They used to be bad, but now I prefer them to Vanguard.
They used to get
The Vanguard used
precision
to do
thingies. They could choose the target, couldn't they?
Yeah, which was naff. But having -1 AP is much better than the Vanguard thing, which is when you roll a 6, you get 2 damage. When you roll 6 on his, it's -1 AP. I prefer Rangers to Vanguard
so
now.
it's 1 at -1, yeah?
1 at -1, and then these ones. The -1 kills 1.
It does
Lovely.
indeed.
And then you've got 8 more.
Oh, 8 more.
wounds to take.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
Oh no, those. What am I talking
Sorry,
about?
I've zoned out a little bit.
Those 3s didn't wound. 5 more wounds. That was a 3 and not 2.
5 more.
5 more. 5 more.
5 more.
Yeah, that's good. I'm pleased you made all of those saves, because in between all that talking, I've actually forgot what I was doing, and I probably gave you the wrong number of wounds, and I've probably got about 10 comments saying you did that wrong.
My bad.
So let's shoot some stuff now. I think that's everything apart from the critical stuff down here.
It's everything apart from all the really nasty ones.
Let's do the nasty ones. Let's fire 36 shots into them. And just to be really, really mean, I'm going to spend 2 more command points for Fury of Mars. It was 13 shots, hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. I got 17 hits in the end. 17 dice. And with Fury of Mars or Wrath of Mars, strength 6, wounding on 3s, but any 6s count as mortal wounds. Looking for the SN logo. There's 2 mortal wounds. That'll be a dead Terminator. You don't get any saves against that. And these other ones, oh, it's in addition. So it's 2 mortal wounds and 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 saves to make at -2. So 11 4-up saves plus 2 mortal wounds. Does that make sense? That makes sense. I think I did that quite well.
Yeah. Except you said you had 13 shots rather than 36 shots.
Did I?
You were flowing, and
Thanks.
it's awfully rude to interrupt you when you're doing that.
Do you know the number of times I actually make mistakes? Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And when I'm watching your reports, I'm saying, yeah, he didn't mean that there. He
Yeah.
didn't mean that there. Did he mean this there? Which bit? It's fine.
I want to say it's the confusion of having to hold the camera and remember the rules and roll the dice. But it's also confusing because I'm trying to talk and my heart and the lungs and, you know, I've only got 3 brain cells. Right, 4 up.
4 up saves.
4 up saves. That's not very good.
So that, on the face of it,
Plus the mortal wounds.
is a total of 4 dead Terminators.
Yes, it is.
However, iron within, iron without.
Iron within, iron
Let's
without.
blow my last command point.
6 up, feel no pain. And you
Saves
saved
1.
a Terminator on 1 wound left, yeah. There would have been 1 left, but he shot the stubbers at him and killed him. Neutron Laser at the Land Raider didn't do anything. Now the other Onager Dunecrawler shooting the stubbers at
He
him.
felt that.
Oh yeah, he's the one who can't.
He
Then
can't.
it's going to be that one firing the stubbers at him.
Oh, he's got more.
And re-rolling 1s. And 4s to wound. 5 wounds? 5 wounds on this Terminator.
What's the AP for?
No AP.
Right.
He makes it this time. The other one just fell. And then D3 shots with the Neutron Laser at that, which is 3 shots. Hitting on 3s. And do you remember when I was purposely tweaking him round so he's just within range of Belisarius' core?
Who then run off with his axe going, I'll have him.
There's my reroll, I miss anyway. 3s to wound. That's a wound. -4, you get a 6 up save on the Land Raider. Because he has a 2 up save. Ooh,
Boom!
like a boss. Bounces off its steel hide. And I think the only thing I've left to fire is a solar atomizer on Belisarius' core.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
It's D3 shots. It's 2 shots. He hits on 2s
Yeah.
with a reroll and it's strength 10.
Pardon?
And that's 2 wounds. And at this range, it does D6 damage. 2 4 up fun.
Come on, Sigil Corruption. Oh dear.
2d6
I
damage. at
really
this range.
appreciate not that.
Hey.
Righto.
Damage. He's dead. Slay the Warlord. Or although there isn't any Slay the Warlord in
It's
this
kill
game.
point.
And I've fired everything I possibly can, and I'm going to assault. Designate 17 into the Raptors. And he will make it in. Let's do the Overwatch.
I hit you
off
with
camera.
2. Okay.
Oh, there's flamers, isn't
Yeah,
there? Let's
2
see if the
flamers,
flamers
yeah.
can hurt. 7 hits, that's pretty good. Strength 4, toughness 6, however. Any 5s. Nothing, see, off camera. And even then I've got like 2 up saves. He be in. Okay, D17, 4 attacks hitting on 2s. No re-rolling because it's only in the shooting phase. This is strength 6. Strength 5 plus 1 is 6, so 3s to wound. Only 1 wound. -2 AP. And it kills one of the Raptors. Then his Mechadendrite Hive gets to go. It's 2d6 attacks, which is 9 attacks. Let me grab some more dice. These hit on 2s. So that was 7 hits. And it's Strength User, AP dash, 1 damage. So 3s to wound. And that's 4 more wounds on your Raptors. 4 more normal saves. And Call kills 3 in total, and then you can smack him back again. Straight onto the Raptors' attacks because there's 1 left now with the champion. Yeah.
That gives me...
It does.
No, the
Just that
Warlord's
one,
dead.
though.
It's just the 6, so I'll reroll this one
Yep.
for that. Yeah.
Yep, they all hit. I'm toughness 6.
Nice.
So 5's to
Fives.
wound, and the blacks re-roll.
These are claws.
Yeah. And you get 2.
2.
Um,
-2.
5 up and bun. He takes 2 wounds. He's got 6 left. He starts with 8, you know. Right, morale phase on the Raptors. They lost 4. And they're holding because they are Black Legion and there's a champion in there. And then the Terminators lost 4. And they're holding as well. 4 plus 5 is 9. And he's the champion.
Is not the champion.
Oh no. And that wasn't the champion. That is the end of turn 3. Wiped out them. I wiped out your Warlord. And apart from that, I don't think... And the Obliterators. Killed 3 more things. So that is 8 plus 3 is 11 to 13. Here we are after the movement phase for the Forces of Chaos in turn 4. This little castle staying back, staying safe. Maybe the Warsmith knew what he was doing all along. The Warpsmith is advancing. My Tech Priest is now in range of his Melter and is the closest unit. Land Raider staying still, and the Iron Warriors are finally out into the lines, and they've got a lot of things to pick on. Essentially some push with the right flank here, the left flank staying static. Rolling for Canticles, Shroud's Arm, and re-rolling Morale again. And here we are after the shooting phase. The Infiltrators are gone. The Vindicator and the Havocs didn't do enough, and he wanted them dead for that extra kill point, so the Land Raider joined in, helping kill off the Infiltrators and one unit of the Servitors that were strung out here, making it 15 points to 11. And then the Warpsmith shot and killed the Tech Priest with his melter. It's now 16 points to 11. Small Arms here reined in at the Rangers, but with Shroud's Arm in effect, only one died. As I said, 16 points to 11 now. 3 more units wiped out. We've now got the Chargers coming on. And where are you going with these guys, Paul? Where are the Iron Warriors going?
I'm going into the Rangers.
Just the Rangers. Any more?
Well, that's the dilemma, you see, because I'd quite like to punch him in the face with Power Fist several times until he's dead.
He's got Power Fist as well.
Interesting. However, if I want to connect to him, I kind of got to charge him as well, otherwise I'm going to be too strung out.
And that's 36
and
shots.
That is 36 shots in response.
It stops them shooting now.
It does. And I would hope to wipe them out.
Yeah.
And if I wipe them out, I'll get shot to pieces.
Yeah.
So you're baiting me into the assault.
It's just
to
lots of
murderize
different...
me. You are right.
It's bad decisions. You've got a group of Marines stuck down there, and there's enemy all around them. They're going to die. No matter what choice you make, they're going to die. The choice is, do you want to take out a unit in the meantime or not?
Awfully presumptuous of you.
They're going to die.
They could kill... Yeah, you're right.
They should have died 10,000 years ago, let's face it.
I'm not going to waste the perfect response on you for that. I'm going to save that for later, some other time when I've thought of it. I'm going to declare a charge with that unit that gets these 3. Hopefully I won't get totally annihilated on the Overwatch, and maybe I'll take a couple with me.
Let's do the Overwatch. Here we are after the charge phase. 3 of the Iron Warriors got pulled down to Overwatch fire. This unit is engaged by Cybernetic Datasmith. The Castellan robots are engaged, so they're not shooting next turn. And they can't fight yet because of that protocol doesn't kick in until next turn. And the rest are surrounding the Rangers. And here we are after the assault phase. He did manage to Power Fist the Datasmith to death, kill one more Ranger. We've done the morale as well, and I passed. And now the Iron Warriors are locked up there. He would have piled in that way. So that's an additional point, bringing it 17 points to 11. But then Designate 17 smashed the last of the Raptors, 17 points to 12, as he now piles in towards the Iron Warrior. 17 points to 12. So I need to kill 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4 here.
5, 6, 7.
5, 6, 7. A couple more over there as well. So I need to repel borders and clear away these last few stragglers, these last few Iron Warriors down here. Let's move on to Admech, turn 4. Here we are after the movement phase in turn 4. This area down here staying still so I can bring full guns to bear. I did choose to break away with the robots here. They can now shoot and assault, only they can't because they fell out of combat, but I didn't want to keep them in the Chaos Space Marines. I want to shoot them. And Call heals D3 wounds. So he's back up to 7 wounds because he did take a wound from one of the Raptors. Then in the shooting phase, desperately trying to clear my lines, firing all over the place. I only managed to kill the unit of Chaos Space Marines and have knocked this thing all the way down to 7 wounds. I also tickled the Vindicator. He was on 4 left, I think?
5 left.
5 left.
Every Neutron Laser rolled a 1 to wound. All the batteries had run flat.
It did, indeed. So now I need to charge. And 6 will make it in. You can get to Overwatch, but I need more things dead. So he's in. And when attacking vehicles, Belisarius cool, D17, uses his Arc Scourge. And he hits on 2s. So that's 4 hits. Strength times 2, so it's strength 12, minus 1 AP, and does D3 damage versus vehicles. So that is 4 wounds, 4 saves of 4 up, sir.
There we go. No. Sorry, I only passed 3 of them.
You only passed 3.
I know you wanted me to pass all 4.
Does D3 damage, which does 3 damage. Knocking it down to 4 left. And then we have the Mechadendrite Hive.
There's more?
Yes.
No.
2d6 attacks. Hitting on 2s, but this is strength user. Strength 5 versus toughness 7. Wounds on 5s. Does 1 more damage. No AP. 3 up save.
No.
And it knocks it down to 3. So at the end of all of that, I've killed some Chaos Terminators, and that's it.
Oh, Chaos Marines.
Chaos
Terminators
Marines.
were last turn.
Yes. So in the movement phase, Land Raider moving around to try and take on these Onager Dune Crawlers. Scrapco Cursed or Cursed Machines has come out and taken a mortal wound off the Onager. Basically the Warpsmith, you roll a dice and on a 2-up, vehicles suffer a mortal wound. Nice, simple, bang. He killed the Tech Priest last turn and now he means to kill these Onager Dune Crawlers. There's nowhere for the Rhino to go. It's going to be locked up. He can't go very far. He's only got a few wounds left. So he's just staying there, ready to get hit. We did the attacks back with the Rhino and of course nothing happened. The Vindicator has moved forward because he was out of range of most things. So he's moved forward because his big gun is only 24-inch range. So now let's shoot stuff. And Catacalls one more time. So one of these 3s will become Shroud's Arm, and I don't really care what the other 3 is right now.
D3 shots.
2 shots with the Vindicator.
Ballistic skills reduced to 4s
And
because he's
crippled.
damaged and he's moved, so 5s. No.
So the Vindicator did nothing. The Havoc's firing down, managed to get 3 wounds with their heavy bolters. -1, but +1 because of Shroud's Arm. So I need 4s. I failed 2. He was on 5, so he's down to 3 left. So the Havocs and the Vindicator only take 2 wounds off this Iron Strider there. Then there's a big gap until we come all the way over here. Warp Smith.
So he's got a melter gun and a flamer.
Yep.
And he's thrown them both in on this guy.
Okay.
We've been battering him all game, and this impudent little Smith came along and fixed him up. So we shall see about that. Melter gun. Hits.
Wounds on a 3.
Dodgy melter.
Bounces. Yeah.
Flamer. Uh-oh.
Just one. You need a 5.
So much for the toughest score.
Yeah. Washes over him, but when he fixed him up, he put extra armor plates on him.
He did it good.
He riveted them and bolted them into place. Maybe the Land Raider will have better tasks at the time, because I think this is the last thing you have left to shoot. Interesting. Spraying this way. Heavy weapon, heavy bolter combi weapon there. 1 last cannon there at the Servitors and 1 last cannon at the Iron Strider over there. I suppose you're trying to get these points, right? Trying to get these kill points.
He's just, they've received the orders, just bleed them.
Just make them bleed.
Bolter and twin heavy bolter.
Yep.
At those guys.
Yep. 3s to hit. That's pretty good hitting.
That's pretty good.
This will be 3s to wound.
Indeed.
That's pretty good wounding. So that will just be a 3-up save. It would be a 4-up, but the Shroud's Arm. So he makes it, and then these 4 will be 4-up saves. 2 die, leaving 2 left. I'll keep the prime alive. And then 2 last cannons at the Servitors. 3s to hit. 1 hit. 3s to wound. That is a wound. It's -3 AP, burns straight through the armour, but Shroud's Arm or Bionics, 6 up essentially, which I failed. D6 damage. 5. One of them just explodes in a pool of oil and blood. Yep, that'll do. And then now you need to hit the Iron Strider. And they both hit. 3s to wound. They both wound. 2 6-up Bionics again. Make 1, fail 1. If you roll a 1, he doesn't die. He's got 2 wounds left or 3 wounds left.
He's got 3 wounds left.
Okay. 1 damage.
Why?
Just clipped him. That's the end of the shooting phase. The Forces of Chaos killing nothing this turn. Now we go on to the assault phase. What's the Warpsmith going into?
He would love to be able to run in and butcher these last 2 meat puppets, but he can't weave his way between the robots and the other Dune Crawlers without being hit.
By a lot of Overwatch, yeah.
So he's going to go for this
Onager?
one. Yeah.
Okay, D3 shots. 1 shot, get a 6. Come on. No. Let's charge in and do all the Cognis stuff off camera.
No.
No, okay, let's not charge in and do the Cognis stuff on camera. 1 hit. And no wounds. In the assault phase, the Rhino smacked Belisarius' core, didn't do anything. Now I get to hit back. 2s to hit with the Arc Scourge. 3s to wound. 3 wounds, -1. You fell 2. He's got 3 wounds left, and this does D3 damage versus vehicles. That is a dead Rhino. Does it blow up?
We can only hope.
It doesn't blow up.
Sadly not.
And so in the assault phase, Designate 17 smashes the Rhino. Chaos killed nothing this turn, but I killed one thing. Bringing it 17 points to 14. 17 points to 14. It is a very close game. 17 points to 14. I'm losing by 3 points. I need to kill 3 things. 1, 2, 3 things. Absolutely must kill 3 things to draw it. If I kill a 4th thing, then I'll win. So, let's pull the trigger. Okay, D17, firing at the Land Raider with his Solar Atomizer. D3 shots, 3 shots. That's what I like to see. 2s to hit. Re-rolling because he can. He's in range of himself. It's a strength 10 versus toughness a lot, so 3s to wound. 2 wounds at -4, 2 6-up saves. Where are we going? We're going over here. You make 0 of them. Now at 6-inch range, this does D6 damage. We measured up. I am in 6-inch range. You've got 15 left. 2d6 damage. 6 damage. I'm going to command point that. I'm going to be that mean and command point it. And that's 7 damage.
Well, you know.
Still need to kill 3 things. The robots are going to fire at the Warpsmith. It's the only thing. The only thing, really. The only thing. They must kill it. And that's not very good. Re-rolling 1s. I must mention I'm hitting on 5s. Because they moved. That was 7 hits. Wounding on 3s. And 4 wounds, and it's -2, so you have 4-up saves. He normally has a 2-up save, so it's now 4-up saves.
Oh,
and he's tough. He's
how many
tough.
damage each, man?
1 damage. The Rangers will fire at him. We are in range of the reroll for the second in command, and 4s to wound. 1 wound at -1, so that's a 3-up. I need him dead. He's got 2 left.
2 left.
I'm going to have to fire. I'm trying to avoid it. I don't want to fire any neutron lasers at him, so I'm going to fire this destroyer at him. He is in range as well. We measured up and moved him over. D6 shots on the Warpsmith. 2 shots. Hitting on 4s. It's a heavy weapon, but you can move and shoot them. No rerolls. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound, -3, so that's a 5-up save.
Drum roll.
He's going to live, isn't he? That's a 5.
That's
He's got 2
5.
left. And then the phosphor gun misses. That is really annoying. He must die. Don't make. I'm going to have to put a neutron laser into him. Let's fire the Volkite from the Tech Priest Dominus. 3s to hit because I moved. Rerolling 1s. Okay, 2 hits. This is strength 6, but any 6s cause mortal wounds. No mortal wounds. 2 2-up saves. 2 wounds left. He's alive on 1 wound left. 1 wound, right?
Oh, 1 wound.
So 6 stubbers into him, and then I'll fire past him at the Land Raider with a neutron laser. Because he's got to die to a stubber, right? Right?
Yeah, right.
3s to hit. Rerolling 1s. The Tech Priest is stood next to him. Oh, and that thing as well. I forgot to heal it. I'm going to heal it, put it back up to 11, obviously. 4s to wound this Warpsmith. 3 wounds on the Warpsmith. He's got to die.
Come on, flesh metal armor. Come on.
He's still alive.
Still alive.
These 3 shots with the neutron laser. 1 shot. Hitting on a 3. See? See?
It's breath holding
It's
time,
big.
man.
It's big. Cognis stubbers again. Neutron laser again. So stubbers. 3s to hit. 4s to wound. 4 wounds. Can he take 4 2-up saves? This Warpsmith This Warpsmith's got a...
And he succumbs to his wounds.
More command points on you, yeah. I've got one left.
Points.
You got none. That's one down. Need to kill 3 things. Need to kill that.
It's interesting the way I return to the page and just scour it for anything that might suggest he has more than 1 wound or some random secret thing. No, doesn't matter how many times you read it, he's dead.
He's dead. D3 shots, 2 shots. 3s to hit with a Neutron Laser, 2 hits. 3s to wound.
You're picking on my poor Land Raider.
2 wounds, 2 6-up saves on the Land Raider.
He didn't do anything to you, that's why he's sacked, and I don't care if you kill him.
Uh-oh. How many wounds has he got left?
He has 8.
8 wounds left, 2d6 hits. Damage. He's got 4 left. I wanted to divert one of the Neutron Lasers over here. So now I'm going to have to fire the last Neutron Laser over there. The stubbles will come up here. Neutron Laser over there. Stubbles are 36 inch range, so... D3 shots, 3 shots with a Neutron Laser. 3s to hit. Everything hits. 3s to wound. Everything wounds. 3 6-up saves.
3 6s. it's only a 1 in 100 odd chance.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. I can't math that good.
100.
Roll the dice.
Yeah, right. Oh, it didn't happen. Who'd have thunk it?
D6 damage. That counts as a 3, minimum 3. So that would be 12 damage on the Land Raider. It's gone. Don't roll a 6 because you're in range of 3.
I know I am.
That was a 3. Land Raider's dead.
It is indeed.
Stubbers up the table on this. Need to kill 3 things. Stubbers. Stubbers. 5s to wound. 2 wounds because it was strength. Oh no, it's toughness 8, right?
It is toughness 8.
So it didn't do anything. It's got 5 wounds left, and I've just got these models here. Whew. Okay, so I'm breathing now. There's a sweat on. The first Iron Strider. That's 3 hits.
The brains have stopped working.
Strength 7. That's 2 wounds at -1.
-1.
2 4-ups.
Stuck to my hand. That's not good.
You fail 2 and it does 4 damage. Puts it down to 1 left.
It's fine.
Now the last one. Firing. 3s to hit. That's cocked.
That is a hit. Well, it's a hit anyway.
5s to wound. Nothing. Nothing. Because I wanted to fire these up at them. But now I can because you can split now. It's 8th edition, right? It is that edition. I can fire some of the guns at him.
That's the edition you said it was
and the other
at the start.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's definitely 8th.
Because if it was 7th or 4th, we've been playing it wrong.
So one of these. 2 of these. 2 of these is going to fire up here. The other one's going to fire up there.
You've got at least
shots.
1 more turn.
That's 8 shots. And these guys up there.
Those plasma cannons are lethal.
4. So the 4 up there hits on 4s. 1 hit. Wounds on a 3. 1 wound. -3 plus 1, you get a 5 up. -3, because it's 8 -3, plus 1 for being in colour. Where did it go? Oh, you saved it. That's nice. And then the 8 shots on the Vindicator. 4s to hit. 3 hits. I need 5s to wound you now. Strength 7, toughness 8.
Yep.
So it comes down to the Phosphor. The Phosphor would be shooting at the Vindicator. It's the only thing I can hit with the Phosphor. Phosphor 4s to hit. I need 5s to wound. 1 wound at -1 AP and it has 1 wound left. 1 4-up save or the Vindicator is dead. And it's alive. So I have killed 2 things. It's 17 to 16. The forces of the Black Crusade are winning by 1 point. Not only have they succeeded in their primary mission, which is to destroy these bastions, but they're also making this Imperial force bleed. Now it's going to end in turn 6. Let's move on to the endgame. Here we are in turn 6 for the Iron Warriors. There is, well, the forces are the 13th Black Crusade, and there is 1 point in it, and that Vindicator is on 1 wound left. It's going to die next turn, meaning it's going to be 17-17, unless he kills one thing, making it 18-17, assuming that I kill him. And if he hightails back out of here. So what Paul has decided to do, the Warsmith, is withdrawing, claiming all the credit for tearing this fortress down, pulling his guys with them, leaving the heavy bolters at the window so that there's some extra shots downfield at that Iron Strider Ballistari there. Kill one more thing, survive with this unit here, and it will be a victory for the forces of chaos. So, opening up with a steaming Vindicator. It didn't move. It's hidden on a 5.
D3 shots.
2 shots.
I'll take that.
1. 5s to hit. 1 hit. Straight 10. Toughness 6.
6. Running on a 3.
No! The shell goes wide or just clips off the hull. Now you've got 12 heavy bolter shots that you want to plunge. You know, it was much better not using the lamp. The light looks a lot better without using the lamp. 12 heavy bolter shots plunging down into the Iron Striders. Hidden on 3s and re-rolling 1s because they're heavy, they moved. Hitting on re-roll the 1s because you're next to the dude.
That's a very good point.
And then 4s. Okay, so that's a healthy amount of hits.
Running on 5s.
Running on 5s, however. No.
None.
No.
None.
Nothing. Nothing at all. And now we go on to turn 6 for the Admech. Admech, movement phase over. Now let's fire a Neutron Laser at the Vindicator. How many shots? 3 shots. Hitting on 3s, 3 rolling 1s. And that's 3 1s.
Good job, eh?
Okay, they all hit. Wound on 3s. 2
There she
wounds.
goes.
You need 2 6s. 2 6s will save
That's
you.
neg 4, isn't it?
Neg
I've only
4.
got 3.
Yeah, you're right.
She's dead.
She's gone. Now it's a draw. Now to win, I need to throw enough firepower into this squad here. You can take away models that aren't in line of sight. So there's 4 that I can see. Shooting at you with stuff that doesn't have lots and lots of shots is no good to me.
But narrative-wise, the intention was to leave these 4 up there to die, and these guys are going to escape. So they're coming off first.
Yeah, exactly.
That's precisely what the Warsmith wants.
So I will fire this squad at you first. It's the only thing. Because what I want to do is kill a couple and then
5
get loads
units
of...
that can only that can't kill more than 3.
Yeah.
Because that'll leave at least 1 there, and then you want the biggest punch units to try and overspill into the rest.
So Neutron Laser. 2 shots, hitting on 3s and wounding on a 2, and you will get a 6-up save before one gets evaporated by a Neutron Laser. 1 down. Last Neutron Laser, 1 shot hitting on 3s. No. Okay, so let's fire one of the Iron Striders at them. I stayed still. 2 hits. 1 wound -1, but you get a +1. And he saves the second Iron Strider. Everything hits. 3s to wound. 3 wounds. Again, a 3-up save. 2 more die, leaving 1. Now that's perfect because now it's about volume of fire. I've got 3d6 shots from the plasma calibers, and I now need to do enough damage to hit him and rain plasma down onto the Iron Warriors so I kill a chunk more and they fail morale and run away. Otherwise, this game is a draw, and I've got 1 command point left. So 3d6 shots, plasma calibers, battle servitors for the win. And that's okay. That's 10 shots. 10 shots. But I'm hitting on 4s and not re-rolling. Right, these guys are hitting on 4s because there's no Tech Priest nearby. But I have got Benediction of Omniscience up with Shroud Psalm. I think we forgot to film that one because we thought the game was all over. So I'm hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s with 10 shots. That
ones there,
is a couple of 1s, and that's pretty good shooting.
Good. Oh, re-roll ones, you've re-rolled the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
7 hits. Strength 7, toughness 4.
3s.
And I'll burn my very last command point. For no good at all. 4 damage. -3 plus 1 is -2.
4s.
4, 5 ups.
No, 5 ups, yes.
Yep. 3 more die, which means 6 died in total, right?
Yep.
6 died in total, leaving 4 left. What is their leadership?
8.
Their leadership is 8.
Now, ironically,
Yes.
if I'd made him the Warlord,
Yes.
the Iron Warrior's trait is cold and bitter, which means everything's fearless within 6 inches
Really?
of him. Yeah. And I didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
Right, the one time in your gaming career you don't want to roll a 6. If you roll a 6, they all flee. A 1 to 5.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a command point right about now.
Okay, good luck.
Here we go.
Good luck. 4. So I think 3 of them, a couple of them flee, but some are still remaining. There's basically 1 or 2 foot survivors, soldiers, words, with the warsmith, with the captain, running away.
And they will be offered
off the battle grid.
They will be offered positions in the first company if they keep their mouths shut.
Exactly. But it is a draw.
It is a draw,
17 points each. Absolute brutality. I've still got a chunk left. You've got a couple of guys on foot. Absolute brutality.
I've
But
got 3 models.
3 models left. But it is a draw. It's amazing how balanced that game turned out in the end. It's the end of game turn 6, and this is the way the world ends. The Chaos Forces have been utterly routed from this area. The Penitent Forge is still strong. However, there are no strategic assets left for them to hold, so this game is a draw. Yeah. At the beginning, when we were looking at the narrative, when we were looking at the structure, we thought this is going to be really unfair.
We were convinced it would be a wipe for Chaos by a long margin because of 9 points in 2 models.
Yeah, 9, and holding on to them would have given me points. I suppose that's the decision. Do you focus on killing them and getting those 9 points, or do you focus on killing the army? And because you were killing the fortifications, for a couple of turns, I just shot you.
But that's the other thing with this scenario, man. You've got buildings that can hold a ton of models.
Oh, yeah.
You could keep your entire army safe.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
And the way that, with all the huge number of fire points that you get in these buildings now,
Yeah.
you could blaze away at me for 2 turns, and you bled me for 2 turns for almost no return other than the buildings.
No.
Then it was a case of how much I could cut down of you before you wiped me out.
Yeah, exactly. I think when these buildings finally crumbled and I was so many points behind, I think it was turn 2 shooting phase. We looked at your force and thought, hang about. Everything of your army is in range of my army. And I'd already taken out a Predator and some Vindicators and some Dreadnoughts.
All the rapid fire stuff's in rapid fire range. Everything's in range of the bubble, the auras of the characters.
And you'd barely touched any of my army. I tell you what really helped me, bringing a brigade detachment as well.
Oh, all those command points.
I was able to bleed them and make them really work using both of those escape hatches. Imagine how many units would have died if Designate 17 hadn't dug a tunnel like that.
It being a narrative campaign, a narrative game, you could use the same stratagem twice in the one turn.
Yes, re-rolling to hit.
But the escape tunnels, man.
Yeah.
That was the same turn.
That's true, actually. Yeah, one of them gone, and yeah, that's true. Because you imagine rolling the dice for him and he died.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, gone. So it turns out Stronghold Assault, Bunker Assault is a very balanced game. At least in our experience, I really enjoyed that.
We brought 2 narrative armies to a narrative game, and it really played. It was great.
I think that's good. I like the fact that these Iron Warriors, they're cold, ruthless killers. He's come, he's completed his mission, he's gone. He doesn't care. He doesn't care how much stuff has been destroyed. Abaddon sent him here with some lackey, with some claws, with his Black Legion cohorts smashing through the lines. Oh yeah, you go and take out objective, and then he can go back to base and go, yeah, we did it.
And there will be no mention of the fact that it was the Black Legion who tore down the fortress rather than his Iron Warriors.
Exactly.
That will not make it into the report.
Exactly, because they all died. Did he have a plan all along? He is the only one that stayed back here, shooting away and shooting away.
The Warsmith, you know, I very, very rarely put the Warsmith into the fight.
Yeah.
Only when he'll die if he doesn't is when he goes in.
Yeah. And on this occasion, he drew you the game. You completed your mission. So I think that was awesome. That was really good fun. Thank you everyone for watching. Happy wargaming.